Okay, everybody's got a fucking podcast. I mean, we have a podcast, so obviously anyone can do it.
Wait, this is a podcast?
Are you recording right now?
Technical difficulties.
No, you don't have to say anything. I'm gonna edit it out.
Technical difficulties.
Okay.
I put mayonnaise on a pickle.
It was not the best, but it might have been the worst.
Do my feet? I mean, my feet stink, right?
Yeah.
Hey.
Is this our first time recording this?
Yeah, like this is our first take.
This is our first take? Absolutely. It only takes us one take.
This time, on this take, we're just going to get drunk.
We're like the Jay-Z's of the podcast world. You know, it's like we think of something and then we say it and it's brilliant. You know what I mean? This is like the Black Album, you know?
No. It's Black Table. That's about it.
What is that like normal?
I was kind of looking at that too, like how,
How what?
The frequency.
Yeah,
you see
how small it is compared to like...
small.
Well, it's zoomed out. Would you like me to zoom in so you can see your...
We're talking about just like in comparison to like the sound.
What are you speaking about?
No, I understand what you're saying. Yeah, like it doesn't. It looks like we're being very quiet.
Yeah, that's what because that.
Well, it looks
I know.
quiet.
I know.
See,
Audacity.
look.
What?
Oh, you just missed it. Talk really loud into it.
Hello.
Yeah, you see that?
See?
Comparatively,
Yeah, it's not always big like that. Like,
Well,
look,
sometimes
you hear
it's
everything
soft.
in the headphones, right?
Here.
Well,
it is
then that's what
software.
it's gonna sound
It is
like.
software, so it's understandable.
That's fair.
All right.
Does it sound good?
That sounds fine.
Does it sound good? Email us.
Email
at
us
Content Crisis.
ContentCrisisHotline@yahoo.com. Okay. Would we like to get into it now?
Yeah,
Do you have any more
yeah.
questions? You know what? That was a good episode, and we'll see you next time.
So yeah, we decided to it's a third take during this season, and we're just going to ramble and get drunk. Well,
Yeah.
except for Tyler. Tyler's not, but I'm gonna get drunk.
I mean, I'll have a couple sips.
I'm gonna get drunk.
Yeah, I'll have a couple sips.
I'm gonna get pretty up there. I don't care.
I like that.
It's been a long week.
I like that. No, that's okay, man.
It's my first.
I like that.
I had 3 days off last week, and I came back to a full week, and I'm like, fuck this.
I'm with you, dude. I'm with you.
So, if you had to badly summarize season 2, I have 2. If you'd like me to share mine,
Share yours
I
first.
figured you would. I figured you'd come prepared, but no. Okay.
I didn't know we were gonna do the bad summary on the whole season.
Oh, do you have one for each episode?
No, I just didn't know we were doing the
Okay.
bad summary
So
at
you
all.
weren't prepared.
I was
anyway.
not prepared
Okay,
at all.
Yeah, it kinda
You
sucks.
caught me with my pants down and my dick soft.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
It's only up from here.
I have bad TV reception results in 2 plane crash over Albuquerque,
Okay. Yeah.
and I have woman leaves husband over stellar finances.
That's good. I like that. Bad summary of season 2. Let me see. Yeah, I don't know, buddy. I'll be honest. I'm not even gonna sit here. I'll think of one. I'll definitely think of one.
It's good. It's fun. All right. Oh, you go. It's okay.
No.
We can skip this
No, I don't
section.
have
Okay,
one.
I had 2, so it's fine.
I was trying to put stuff together, and just like as I was saying in my mind, it just was garbage.
Yeah.
So it's not even worth bringing this podcast down. I don't want to lose listeners.
All right. Would you like to read every quote in Mickey Mouse voice?
Yeah. Actually, yeah. That makes the quotes a lot
Let's
more
go.
bearable. Let's go. All right. So.
Well, we obviously have 2 goes tight, yeah.
Okay, this one's a classic. Let me read it real quick. I'm just reading it in my head.
Right. Anticipation building.
That's
Growing
that's
to
more of that.
massive-
That's more of that right there.
Just keep bringing me that.
Oh, bring me that. Okay.
Yep.
Oh! Tight! Yeah! Blue, yellow, pink, whatever, man. Just keep bringing me that. That's all right.
There you go.
Okay,
Yeah,
all right.
Is it?
And then, okay, so...
Oh, it's when when he comes back with no dose because he sees him, and he's like, hey, do something. You're smart, right? Do that thing.
Oh,
Talking about
okay.
CPR.
Oh, do something. You're smart, right? Do the thing. All right, and then the other quote, just rice and beans.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Jesse.
Yeah.
It's like
rice
we're
and
gonna make
beans.
rice and he's like rice and beans.
Rice and beans.
Yeah. So episode 1 pretty much picks up right where we were. Tuco beats the shit out of No Dose, one of his henchmen, if you will, one of his goons. And he ends up dying. So it's fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
Double meaning on the episode name. 737. He needs $737,000, and obviously, at the end of the season, the planes crash. The two 737s. Spoilers.
Yeah, it's full of spoilers. So
Full spoilers. We're not.
if you have not watched Breaking Bad season 2, where the fuck have you been?
Where have you been all your life?
Wake the fuck up. Wake up. It's season 2, bitch.
So we're gonna hit the main points here.
Here we go.
You need to move your mouth closer to the mic.
Oh, I do?
Yeah, you're quiet.
Good God, excuse me if I have a little pausation in this. I'm talking more than I have this week, so gotta get a little throat lubrication.
Yeah.
So I was gonna hit my favorite quotes. Thank you, Mickey.
Oh.
And we have the rape scene, very significant. This episode, good. God,
Jesus Christ.
Come on, man. I thought we was past COVID.
Jesus
I hate
Christ,
the
man.
tickle. The tickle is the worst
God, dude.
possible thing you can experience.
It's like the burning sensation when you pee. It's just awful.
No.
Oh.
Just like the tickle where it's like you could swear somebody's just back there like, hey, like poking your throat. And you're like, God damn it. Can I just talk, please? Got to keep the cough drop in. That's what I got to do.
Got to keep the cough drop
Gotta
in.
keep the cock drop.
What's up? Yeah, okay, thanks. So the rape scene.
Do we want to like
Don't break
reenact
it down.
it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
let's
reenact
reenact
it?
it.
We can take these
Mickey
cameras
Mouse,
in the kitchen.
Let's
Mickey Mouse and
reenact
Minnie
it.
Mouse. We could do that.
I mean, these cords don't go very far, but like,
I don't know. I mean, I don't have the dialogue for the scene. You want to just?
I mean, you just reenact the
I
rape
think, yeah,
itself.
let's go into it real quick. We'll just go into it. Like, all right, so
you want me to
Mickey,
reenact it?
the door opens.
I don't know. What's the mini voice? It's
It's just like, oh boy, it's kind of like Mickey, but it's just like a little girlier.
Girly.
Oh, hey, Mick. Oh, something bothering you?
Put my keys down.
Oh, okay. You having a bad day? You're scaring me. Mick. I don't like the way you're.
Fucking horny, Mick.
Oh,
fucking horny, Minnie.
Oh, okay, well, I'll tell you what. I just put an avocado face mask on.
I'm gonna smash your face into the goddamn
No,
refrigerator.
don't do that. Don't do that, please.
Oh, I'm fucking horny.
Well, I gotta tell you what. I'm just not really ready for that.
I'm gonna put Pluto. Hold on. No, don't lose it.
Jeez.
Oh, let me put this fucking dog outside. Put fucking Pluto in the back.
No, I'd actually prefer Pluto to be here.
Is Mickey Jr. here?
Mickey Jr. will be home from school any minute.
Well, it gives me enough time to smash your face into this fucking refrigerator, bitch.
Oh, hey! Stop! No, I said stop it!
I gotta get the dog from out back.
Yeah, you better do that.
Scene. That was good. I mean,
Yeah.
I kind of felt like I was there. Felt like I was there.
No, I felt like I was in the room.
Yeah.
It was sick. Wasn't
That
it?
was something.
sick. But I mean, it's a pretty sick scene.
It's the sixth scene, yeah. Well,
I think Disney's going to sue us now.
I hope so. Fuck, we could use the
publicity
for real. Yeah, Disney, if you're watching,
We might have to go bankrupt.
Crisis Hotline.
We might have to go bankrupt after it, but
Are you able to turn me up? Are there a way you can turn me up just a smidge?
Sure. I've turned you up. I think you're letting the sound waves, really,
the sound waves are
really
affecting
trip
me.
you out.
Yeah, because he said I was quiet.
Well, because
But this is hard.
so
Look how far you are away from your microphone.
Why don't you do that?
yeah, there you go.
Right?
So
You're talking into the front.
Oh,
if you notice, both of us, and you'll notice when I'm doing, I'm constantly adjusting to make sure the front
okay.
is facing me. Because when you're talking off to the side, it's really.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Yeah, okay. All right. I feel better
So
now.
talk. I mean, he already sounds better.
I have nothing to say.
He already sounds better.
I got stage fright.
All right. So yeah. So the rape scene.
Did it turn you on?
No. Fuck no,
it did
dude.
not.
You asked this the last 2 episodes. Are we gonna do another take? What the fuck? No.
You're blowing it.
I gotta ask it till we get it right.
Did we get what right?
The podcast.
Oh yeah, this time we're going way better.
We're going.
Yeah,
we're going in the right direction.
I gotta ask it till we get it right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going. Yeah.
So if we have to do a fourth take, I'm gonna ask it a fourth time. God, I hope we don't have to do
we're
a
heading in
fourth
the right
take.
direction.
We have been doing this podcast for like a month now.
Oh yeah. So the rape scene, Walt is the explanation. I think makes sense. Is Walt is looking like because he loves Skylar. He's not going in there trying to rape her.
Right.
But it is essentially a rape scene because he walks in. All that shit just happened with Tuco. He watched a man be beat and, beat to death,
Sure.
by this psycho that he's doing business with. And he's just like traumatized. He's like, oh, fuck, what's going on here? He thought he moved up a level when he blew up Tuco's base, but now he's like, oh, fuck, we are dealing with like true fucking psycho. Like, yeah. And so he's like looking for, because he can't talk to Skylar. That's what she gets mad about. You never talk to me. You don't talk to me. Walt, would you please come in here and talk to me?
Oh, get on my face, bitch! I'm the one who knocks.
He was
I am the one who knocks.
trying to talk with his penis.
Yeah,
Exactly.
And so he just wants
Exactly. Yeah.
he just wants the human connection, and it just comes out the wrong way.
Mm-hmm.
And
Would that be a rape or a sexual assault?
I don't think there's any penetration.
Yeah, I don't think he made it all.
I
the
mean,
way
they're
in.
married, so
They're married, so that
domestic dispute.
they're married, so I mean, she's his property.
It'll get
anyway.
lowered to a.
I never said that.
It'll
I
get-
said domestic.
She's his property anyway. So in reality, it's just
right. This is.
I do not
Bad.
condone anything he said.
That's if Breaking Bad took place in like Iran.
Yeah, there you go.
Or 1920.
Yeah.
It'd just be a noise complaint in Iran.
Yeah. I don't even think it would be a noise complaint. I think you'd get claps and applause from. It's like yes, get.
She walked
Public
out
theater.
and showed her ankle.
Ooh,
Public
God.
theater in Iran.
Exactly.
And all right, so then basically what happens is just so I was going through too and just kind of like giving our Walt status, Jesse status, kind of that relationship between them, the dynamic. Yeah. I mean, the two of them are just like if it was a guy and a girl, it'd just be the most toxic. If it was a romantic relationship, it'd just be the most toxic relationship you've ever seen. Like later when they're at like the 4 Days Out episode when they're in the middle of the desert cooking, and like things will be good, and then things are just like it'll go from good to bad very quick, and when it's bad, it is bad. They're just like yelling, insulting each other. And so the biggest problem I see between Walt and Jesse really is Walt just does not fucking care about Jesse in the slightest. Walt wants to use Jesse just as
he's objectifying him.
Jesse is Walt's tool, just to get his money, to get just to get what Walt wants. And so like just with like Walt, grabbing Jesse's gun, and he's like, I gotta go home, my family. He's like, my family. I'm taking your gun. He's like, just leave town. He's like, I don't give a fuck what you do. He's like, not if you leave town, you don't need the gun. Go. He doesn't give a fuck what Jesse does.
Right.
And and then like in a couple episodes when he's like, what do you mean, Jesse? You don't need money. It's like, what? You lost your money, stupid. It's like, yeah, he lost his money. He was trying to leave town, and fucking Tuco got him. And then the DA, he's like, you shouldn't have had your money there. He's like, bitch, you told him to leave town. You think he's not going to grab his money?
I never really caught on to it until later, like how much of a dick Walt really is. Because in the beginning you're really rooting for Walt.
I feel like we all know that the show is based around that they want us to root for Walt, even though Walt is the bad guy.
Right.
But we also hate Skylar. No matter what, no matter with hindsight vision of watching it again and over and knowing that for the most part Skylar's kind of right, you still just fucking hate her.
Yeah.
Like, she's sitting there kind of just that fucking hangnail. She's just sitting there like, just, come on, let him fucking cook the meth.
Just fucking leave him alone and let him do whatever he
cook
wants.
The meth.
You're gonna fuck that businessman anyway.
Right,
Right. You're here singing happy birthday to your boss like Marilyn Monroe.
Happy birthday.
Oh my god, that's the most cringy scene.
Ugh.
Happy birthday, Mr. President.
Could you? I'm not trying to jump to that episode, but like, could you just imagine being at your job and like they're bringing out a cake for your CEO or boss or whatever, and like you just witnessed that and you're just like
in front of everyone.
you're just
ridiculous.
like, are we not going to cut the cake because I'm It's almost time for
Like
me to
that
go.
one girl.
It's almost
keeps
time for me
going,
to go. Like
the wax is getting all over this cake. The cake, you know, she just keeps freaking out.
it's almost time. It's almost time for me to go.
The wax is getting all over the cake.
Fucking do it again.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
no respect for Jesse, and then he gets They both get kidnapped by Tuco, taken to the middle of the desert, and we're in episode 2 suddenly. And I love the intro to this episode. Vince Gilligan just always has a great intro. I mean, all season, you got this black and white scenes with the teddy bear. You're wondering what the fuck's going on. Mm-hmm. He's always got the intro. The car, the whole deal. The car's bouncing, the glass shattered. You're wondering what the fuck's going on. That's Jesse's car. Somebody did. Great job. Great job on the intro.
Beautiful.
And then pretty much what we do in this episode is Walt's family freaks out and is looking everywhere for him, hanging up posters, yada yada. And then tensions are just very high, yet not much is happening because they're just kind of sitting around with Tuco's Uncle Hector.
Yeah, not a lot happens this episode, man.
And they're just sitting around watching Tuco be high on meth. He's shooting cows.
That's what you do.
You know what we
That's
need
what
to
you
get
do.
for the next upcoming seasons? We need to go buy one of them bells.
Yeah.
And just have here at the table. Just
That's good.
I can see that getting really. I can see that being refreshing. Yeah, I can see that being refreshing. Absolutely.
We'll buy.
It won't get old after 3 dings at all.
No.
We'll buy a 4th mic just to have it right up against the bell.
Yeah. Or actually, let's do this. Let's get an old guy from the fucking. Let's just get an old Mexican man who doesn't speak, and we'll have him.
And is in a wheelchair.
Yeah. Yep.
And we'll just have him sitting right here.
Yeah. Well, he'll make us.
What do you think about that?
Bing.
There you go.
He
So
might
like,
not- yeah,
well,
I mean-
there's a few things. Number one, I hope he just doesn't shit on the floor.
I mean, we're not cops, so I think we're good.
And number 2 is, I hope he doesn't blow this room up. Spoiler.
Yeah.
Well, a little farther on the spoilers. I mean, you're
Yeah, that's a long. This is deep.
You're
That's a
really-
deep spoiler.
We could
really digging in.
We could beep it out in editing,
Well, no, I'm not saying.
Sure. Yeah. Let's
Yeah,
beep it out.
or just
if someone's listening, they definitely have seen Breaking Bad. I don't think they're
100%.
just walking in blind.
I really. If there's somebody out there who hasn't watched Breaking Bad,
I know a few. I know a few people I watch. Breaking Bad.
Congratulations.
do they listen to
Unsavory
Content
news.
Crisis?
I mean, they help make Content Crisis.
Oh yeah, Charles refuses
Why?
because he's a dick.
Huh.
You know that.
I think
Charles
he
is a
would.
dick.
I think he would love Breaking Bad.
Charles would absolutely love Breaking Bad.
I think he would love Breaking
It's just
Bad.
that someone else told him, like his dumb white friends told him that he would like the show, and he's like, no, absolutely not.
That's weird.
I
weird.
mean, Charles, he's a weird guy.
Yeah.
Has Jason seen it? Jason watched any of it?
He is not. He's also editing his video. Leave him alone. All right. So anyhow, we just watched Tuco run around on meth. He cooks him some food. I had a couple quotes. We got Tuco talking about wanting to kill Gonzo, and Jesse's like, "Yeah, I'd ice him too." Tuco goes, "Shut up." And Jesse's like, "Okay." And then Jesse's saying that Walt should jump on the grenade and he should do something. And and Walt says, "Oh, so because I'll be dead soon anyway, my life isn't the priority here?" And Jesse goes, yeah. And then if I could be a cunt just a little bit.
You are.
Tuco, they try to poison Tuco twice with the rice. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So they give him the bag, and Jesse fucks it up because he says the secret ingredient is chili powder. Not the best move, but at least he was trying. Tuco had reached in the bag. He already got himself a little pinch. Now, if the ricin's in the bag and it's as toxic as Walt talks about,
Should have killed him.
I mean, obviously it's not going to kill him right away, as Walt was talking about. It's like a 48-hour thing. But I don't see Tuco as the hand-washing type, if I'm 100%
I mean, you
honest.
watch them cook.
And so then he cooks their food. So that becomes a whole thing.
So either everyone's gonna die, but also, I mean, Tuco dies in like an hour from then.
Right, he gets shot. Yeah.
So like,
So we didn't have time to see if the effects took place. But I would think maybe
everyone
I just
else
don't see the crazy meth head drug lord as the washing hands type before he cooks immaculate burritos for his prisoners.
That apparently Walt cannot fucking roll.
No, yeah, I know. He just kind of like slapped the roll back over it. He's like,
and how the fuck did he?
The poison, and he's like,
It kills me the fact that Tuco just sat down and was just like, oh yeah, that's how I rolled this.
yeah,
And everyone else is like,
whatever.
Everyone else is just like immaculate, and his is just like slapped together by a 3-year-old.
Yeah. Well, I guess if you're zapped out on meth enough.
Bing.
Yeah. And then my other favorite quote there is, Hector throws the plate on the floor because he saw Walt poison it, and then just Tuco, like the the reaction from Tuco is like, "Oh, why'd you do that?"
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do the.
You wanna go, Mickey? Yeah.
Oh! Why'd you do that?
There you go. And then of course, so Walt insults him, and because we just watch Tuco all episode, and we watch his family look for him. So at the end of the episode, Walt insults him after he's shooting his cows, and then the confrontation goes outside. They get a shot. They shoot Tuco in the stomach, and Walt's like, "Just let him bleed." And then,
Classic
of course,
mistake number 1.
right? I know. Like every fucking TV movie character, just like, nah. Let him bleed.
Let him
It'll be
suffer.
fine.
That's such a Game of Thrones thing too.
Yeah?
It's like, is he gonna die? Wait till next week. He's gonna live.
Will a stranger
He'll
come?
come back later.
That's like on The Walking Dead when they fucking slice Negan's throat and they're like, stitch him back up.
Yeah,
God
he's like,
damn it.
Yeah, Rick's like, save him, and then Maggie's like, ah!
I think we were all like, what?
Yeah, I know.
I didn't. Not to go off on a fucking Walking Dead tangent, but it just ended.
I watched the last episode.
Did you like it?
Because I haven't watched Walking Dead in the past 3 years. I don't know what the fuck most of it was going on. But the way it ended literally was just foreshadowing the new shows from The Walking Dead. Because the Walking Dead series has ended, but you still have Fear the Walking Dead, then you have another spin-off of The Walking Dead, like The Walking Dead something or whatever, that's about Michonne and Rick.
I
have
don't know.
one question. Was it a dream?
No.
Okay.
Also, not to be a spoiler of it, but Negan apologized to Maggie for killing Glenn.
I heard that.
Oh.
That's nice.
He said, because
How kind of him.
he said, because he was like, apparently in some earlier episode, Negan saved Maggie and Glenn's kid from being killed. So Maggie kind of had like I hate you, but I respect what you did to save my son or whatever. But apparently he was about to die, and he realized like what she must have went through, and then he was like, I apologize. I don't know what I put your family through. And she was like, I can't forgive you. Which is like acceptable.
Yeah,
fucking beating the dude with his fucking baseball bat.
Yeah, beat the shit out of him.
In
Like,
front of everyone. Who
I
loves him.
popped out.
Yeah.
Like the last 5 minutes, they did like a whole little montage showing like every single like character that was on,
That's so corny.
But like it was like
That's so corny.
But like it was like faded slightly over the screen, but the backdrop was like just kept on cutting between like Michonne and Rick, just like right because they're trying to find each other, and he's just standing by a fire like writing notes and talking to themselves. And I thought it was gonna be like more of like a closure, but now it's just kind of like a hey, watch our new series.
Yeah, I don't like
Closure
that.
doesn't make money. Continuation. That's what makes money.
So let's continue.
Let's continue
Breaking Bad.
into episode 3. Oh, well, at the end of episode 2, Hank's been, again, they've been looking for Walt. So Hank tracks the low jack on Jesse's car because Walt used to buy weed from Jesse.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder how good his weed was.
Yeah.
He did keep it in the freezer, so I mean that's usually like
Well, yeah, that's like you keep donut sticks in the freezer.
donut sticks.
He
doesn't remember
you were
that.
so messed up, you don't remember. Okay, that's fine.
Was I pretty fucked up?
Probably just on weed at that point of the day. But
Oh, really?
You went on a whole rant where over at Charles's apartment. You're like, yeah, man, I keep donut sticks in the freezer because they're just
He's
awesome in the freezer.
You were just like, put it in the freezer, and we're like, what? And you're like, trust me. And then not but 5 minutes later, you just got it out and ate it. It's like,
Yeah, I was pretty stoned. I was probably pretty stoned.
You're like, this is the only way I eat donut sticks. And obviously that was a lie.
What
no
the fuck
idea
is a
what you're
donut
even
stick?
talking about.
What the fuck is
Like the little Debbie kind.
Little Debbie
You know,
donut.
like-
Little Debbie donut
Oh
sticks.
yeah, those yeah. Those good in the freezer.
You're like, I'll roll with it. Fuck it.
Yeah, I tried it one time.
I know. Yeah, I remember now.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like you smoke weed. I know you guys have never smoked weed. It's not like you smoke weed
That's
and
him.
you go into a
That's not-
trance.
that's
him.
smokes weed.
You know what I mean?
I'm not like, oh, what happened? I'm just saying, like, it's no mystery that, like, sometimes potheads have bad memories. That's all.
What?
That's all I was implying there.
Pothead.
What are we recording today?
You are not currently, but you have been in the past.
I take offense to the term pothead.
Okay.
I consider myself a Roganite.
Okay, well, whatever you want to call it.
I'm actually
Pothead.
on DMT right now.
Oh,
so,
good,
yeah.
good.
Sounds racially charged.
It is. It is.
Yeah,
It
definitely.
is.
So anyway, Hank shows up and shoots Tuco, and Hank probably should have got shot because Tuco was just machine gun spraying everything in his path, and Hank should have died, or at least got shot in the foot or something. Anyhow,
But damn it looked cool.
Hey,
but damn it looked cool.
them doors are protected with plot.
Plot protection.
Plot protection.
Very, 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 very strong.
Plot proof.
Yep.
All right, so
So,
episode 3. We have
episode
moved
3.
on.
Trace.
Yeah, it's also just kind of a
Bit by a dead bee.
just kind of telling you how that wraps up. You know,
Sure.
not a lot happens here. Walt's in the hospital. He talks his way out of the hospital.
He was
Fugue State,
na-
right? This is
Fugue
Fugue State.
State,
Yeah,
yeah.
Fugue State.
You get to see Walt's ass cheeks.
Yeah, very, very hot.
Very cool. Very cool.
Very sexy.
I
man,
will say
Bryan
that
Cranston.
I think I mentioned this the last 2 times we did this. That if I ever get myself into a jam, I think a Fugue State would be probably the best way to go.
Sure.
You're going to Breaking
Because
Bad method.
I mean, that's a very, very good.
Right. And you can't be the one to go like Fugue State. You know, he had to kind of wait around, and then he's like,
Yeah.
He's like, well, maybe I was in the Fugue State.
Yeah.
Just come back. Fugue State, you know. It happens.
But so a lot of Walt's talking to a psych and shrink.
Sure. I mean, like a psychologist.
Yeah.
A psych.
And he's like, you can't tell anybody anything, right? He's like, they say the whole
Patient.
psych rule,
Yeah.
like,
Doctor,
unless you're
patient
gonna kill somebody, then I can tell that person and that person only. And
I've been there, bro.
yeah,
yeah.
and so he's like, I remember everything. I just didn't want to be at home, which again, another lie. But Walt's just talking his way out of the hospital. The other thing is, and then Jesse, like, Walt always gets the easy jobs. Jesse always gets the shit jobs. Walt's like, Jesse, you got to get busted by the DEA. Go tear down the meth lab and then give them probable cause to bust you in the motel room with the hooker. He's got to go through all that. He's got to get grilled by Hank. He's got to watch, Hector shit the interrogation room.
Which is still, I think I'd do that. If I couldn't talk and I hated the police.
Yeah.
I thought he
I'm
was just pissed.
shitting.
Oh, no. He leans up and then you hear, like
Yeah, he farts.
very
Yeah, he farts.
bad farting noises and then just browns dripping out of the bottom of the chair.
Okay.
Excuse me.
And he's
So, yeah.
old, so you know it really smelled.
I mean, it's effort for somebody like that to.
I've never really been
Really
around
taking
the
that
elderly
shit.
like that, man. My grandparents died when I was young, so like
You were
I know.
lucky.
Yeah, there's
I
there's old people in my job, and I've gone into the bathroom after them, and you just immediately gag and turn around. You're like, nope, I'll come back in an hour.
I don't get that, man. I don't get that. Like I don't understand how somebody can go in the bathroom and then like tear it up and then be like, well, time to get back to work. Like you work
Right.
here.
Well, what kills me is like when people like shit on the seat.
Oh, when they leave
And
fucking,
it's like,
when they leave
come
fucking,
on.
Yeah.
when they leave booty dust,
Booty
fucking
dust.
dookie dookie dust, like they're like leaned forward so far, they're like fucking dust sprays on the back of the toilet seat. It's all brown.
And
like,
look, if it's in the bowl, like, what are you gonna do? Like, you know,
Sure,
you're
you
gonna
can't
be
really
the brush
control
guy.
that.
You're in a
Right.
public place, whatever. And like the smell, what are you gonna do? If there's spray, you spray the spray. If
do
there's
a
no spray,
do a courtesy
what are you
flush.
gonna do?
Sure. What are
Right?
you gonna do?
If you leave it smelly, I mean, you know, you got to do what you got to do. But shitting on the seat, pissing on the seat. What kills me is pissing on the seat when there's a urinal right there.
Oh,
What kills me is pissing on the floor in front of the urinal.
Yeah, that kills me as well.
that's like short dick syndrome. That's,
There
that's
is
'cause of short dick.
there is constant piss on the floor under the urinals at work, and like either someone has really bad aim or they're like, I'm a lot bigger than what I think I am, and they're standing farther back from the fucking urinal. But I can't tell you how many countless times there would be a puddle of like piss under both urinals, and then you just see the dirt trap of like people who've been walking in that and going to the sink and then walking out the doors. You just see footprints just triangulated.
Yeah.
I think by the
Piss
end of this episode, I think everyone's gonna be able to figure out where you work. Just from all the like context clues of like, you hate your job, bad sick pay.
I mean, I
there's
guess you don't
piss
hate your
all
job.
over the place.
Yeah.
So like any corporate America business,
Yeah, most businesses. yeah.
most businesses.
Yeah.
But anyway, episode 6.
I work for Content Crisis, and Tyler's bathroom is disgusting.
There you go. It's the dogs, really. I mean, we've all done that maneuver where we like see how far back you can step, you know, pissing at the urinal.
Oh yeah,
Like you
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
when
yeah,
you're a
yeah,
kid, and you're like, well, how far? Like, how strong's the stream?
kind of like when you like
further,
you're
little
pouring
further.
something, you pour something like a
Right? Yeah.
bartender.
You see
You
how
know what
high
I
you can
mean?
go? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, let me get as far back as I can, and then try to like rush up real fast.
Yeah,
so it
you're
doesn't,
like,
you know.
oh, I'm almost at the end. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Question:
Okay.
when you guys go to take a shit,
Yeah.
obviously you piss and shit at the same time, right? Most of the time.
No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I mean,
So
it's-
like, do you stand up and piss first and then sit down and shit, or do you just sit
No.
down and piss and
is
shit?
this
let it
really?
all
This is not a
happen.
real question.
This is a real question.
This is a
is a
real
s-
question. If you tell me that you pee and then you go
No,
poop,
no.
Okay.
This is a real question.
No, you just
Sit down and just
yeah.
So I've noticed, and I've just noticed it just because like you can just
Where?
hear sounds at my job. I'll be taking a shit, and some people will walk in and go to the other stall, and then I will hear usually you can audibly hear a standing up piss in a toilet,
Okay.
and then they'll just sit down and take a shit.
Wow.
So they'll stand up, piss first, and then sit down and take a shit.
Can you ask you how much they weigh? Do you have a weight?
I do not have a
I think
weight.
the weight might have to do with that.
I don't have a weight.
Yeah, because I mean, like if
But
somebody's,
like it's weird. Like you just fuck is like the whole stigmatism. Oh, girls sit down to pee, men stand up to pee.
Probably.
yeah, that sounds like
That sounds
some
like
real fragile.
But I
That
sit
sounds like
down
a real
and
fragile
just-
ego.
I sit down and just let everything go.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know,
Yeah.
like so much extra
not-
effort.
That
It's
does
not-
sound like a lot of extra effort. Yeah.
Does.
Sounds like no fun.
Yeah, no fun. Or I mean, the only thing you could be fun about it is like you hold the pee in and you shit first, and then you just like stand up and like try and like fucking piss your way.
Yeah.
You know, just cut through.
Or
with
it's
the
one of
piss.
those like, oh, I thought I just had to pee, and then you're like, oh, I gotta poop. You know.
That's
You're
normally-
That's what I was thinking when he first was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
you know, because like, okay, I'm gonna take a piss real quick, and it's like, you know, ooh, do I have to fart? Let's not
You're like,
Let's
let's not chance it.
chance
But
it.
like those people would go to the urinal first. You would think, and be like, I'm going to the other stall.
Right.
Right.
Instead of like
Right.
directly going to the stall and then peeing and then like sit down and pooping.
They might be
got a
trying to
point.
extend the time though. They're on the clock, right?
Yeah, but you can still extend the time by just sitting there. I will sit in there and play fucking Angry Birds or some shit like that on my phone for like 15 minutes because I'm like, fuck this place.
Sure.
Yeah, I don't know, man. That seems like some real diabolical.
Yeah,
shit
it's
going on.
weird, isn't it?
And where do you work again?
I work at boop.
Okay, I know. All right.
Oh,
so we
yeah,
were moving
I've heard
on.
That place. Yeah. So, essentially, Jesse gets grilled. His money gets taken away because it was in the car.
Take a piss.
Oh, okay. Hey, if you're gonna shit, make sure you
I'm a piss first.
make sure you stand up, pee, and then sit down and shit.
And then like, I thought I was supposed to sit down and pee,
Yeah.
stand up and shit.
Right. Yeah. Well, however you do it.
Okay, well, I mean,
Yeah.
it's not my house.
I mean, stop talking because you're like not on mic, and this is
not
like
cleaning up
terrible for everybody. You know what I mean? So episode 3, yeah, as we were saying, a lot of Walt's in the hospital. He tells the he just talks his way out of the hospital basically.
Right.
And Jesse gets his money confiscated by the DEA, so he's fucked. And that leads to his like worst day ever in the next episode.
Which is
And Walt sneaks out, rehides his money because he stashed it in a diaper box so Skylar would find it in case he died.
Mm-hmm.
And then he hides it back in the vent, sneaks back in the hospital. And just the one problem I have is him like sticking the IV back in his hand when I definitely would have just been like, "Hey, nurse."
Yeah. For sure.
Because he's like, "Oh." And it's funny in one of the outtakes, he's like,
Yeah, you can. It's one of those things. You do anything wrong in a fucking hospital, and it's just really just going to be some chick like, God, you got to stick a fucking IV in.
Right.
You know what I mean? She's not gonna report it.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, you're like, I was sleeping. It just, came out. Whatever.
Sure. Yeah. Exactly.
Who cares?
It was uncomfortable, and he can act like an old man. He looks like a boomer.
Yeah, he's in a fugue state.
Yeah. He's in a fucking fugue state.
Yeah. All right. So that's about it. Episode 4. Jesse moving was written in because the house they were shooting in, that was Jesse's house, got sold. So
I feel like we talked about it last time, though.
We did.
They go back into that house.
yeah.
Right?
So I'm curious when I am watching for that season, like if what that story is.
Right.
I'll be curious to find out because I heard that from the commentary thing. I'm just like, yeah, they the people sold the house, so we had to figure out why we wouldn't be at Jesse's house anymore.
Right.
Which is funny because it goes into the story so well.
Yeah, it does.
And then I just found it really funny that, them seeing the meth lab there is why they're like, oh shit, like, Jesse, you ruined your life. And it's like, that's definitely not the worst thing that happened in that house. Excuse me if you're watching season 1. So, and then, so this is Walt just trying to mend fences at home, right? Jesse's got no money. He's like, I'll get you, like, I'm mending fences or whatever the fuck he says. Should have led with the phone alarm explanation. He comes back later and he's like, hey, yeah, I think, that was my phone alarm you heard, not a second cell phone.
Oh, yeah.
Because of all my medications. And then she just like walks out because she's like, her bullshit detector at this point is like, yeah, no, dude, you're a fuckhead. And so she just walks out. It's like if you lead with that, but when you come up with it later, it's like, come on, man.
Listen, man.
No.
He's doing his best.
He's doing his best. But his best is shit. And then, like, and again, like, Skylar this whole episode, she sucks. Like, anyone watching it, especially the first time watching it, like, she's right. Like, he's a fucking piece of shit, but you're like,
but let him
God,
cook.
I just hate the way
Let him cook.
she's doing it, Cause,
I know.
Well, especially because it's like, all right, like, he's trying, he's apologizing, whatever. And if you think, he's cheating on you, then, like, okay, fine, you're right to be mad. He's not telling you something. But where the fuck's she going?
That's just. I think it's called dramatic irony. I'm pretty sure,
Right.
where like we know, but they don't. You know what I mean? We know, she doesn't, so she looks like even more of a bitch. You know what I mean? It's like, God.
I mean, she is a bitch.
I mean, but not really. That's what I'm.
Yeah,
that's
but
like the
she
whole
is.
point, though. I mean,
she is a bitch, but she's right.
you guys keep like it's getting progressively more like bitchy. You know what I mean?
I mean, she's just
A bitch.
It's just the way she is, though. Like, you know what I mean? Like, even when, like, nothing is... Like, she has nothing to be mad about, I suppose she has something to be mad about. Like, when he's late for the doctor's appointment, like, later in the season.
Bitch!
And he's like, you... he's like, oh, you wouldn't believe the traffic. She's like, that's why I left 40 minutes early. And he's like...
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, I mean, she's right. Like, leave earlier, but at the same time, it's like, okay, he fucked up. Yeah, he was late. Easy. He's here, right? I mean,
Like when he's like when she's having the baby, and he shows up.
yeah.
It's like,
And
oh,
she's like actually surprisingly cool about it.
yeah,
And she's just like, no, I just wish you would have been here.
right, exactly.
You
That's
know?
how you know she's just done.
Yeah, yeah.
She's just if your significant other is being a bitch like Skylar,
Right.
let's make this into a lesson about bitches.
She still cares.
She still cares.
She's like, do better.
Yeah, but if you keep acting the same and she's like, I don't give a fuck,
Yeah, it's fine.
you're done. It's over.
You're done. Yeah.
It's over.
She's like, well, my life sucks, and she's either gonna leave you. Or
Oh no! It's quite the opposite.
She's gonna
no.
bang-
It's not like
She's gonna bang her boss.
yeah. She's not like my life sucks. She's like your life fucking sucks. Bro. Yeah.
I'm about to bang my boss.
Well, I mean, like people, right? So I mean, it's like, you've seen people in both situations where they're just like they've either accepted this is the life, and I'm just I guess this is what life is now. I'm not even mad anymore. Just like, oh yeah, I just wish you would have been here. Or it's like, okay, I am going to leave you. I've seen people in both.
All right.
Oh no.
I mean, I don't.
What's your take? What's your take?
My take is that if that's a significant other, and like your behavior doesn't change, right? And this is, I don't care if you're sitting there eating TV dinners every night, drinking Mountain Dew. If you're acting like a fool, like Walt,
Yeah.
and she's like, stop, what's going on? And she stops asking, what's going on?
Yeah.
If she's like, no, I just had this baby by myself. Right. There's nothing. There's nowhere to go. And you're going to look like Walt throwing pizzas on roofs for the rest of your life. Respect your bitch. Wife. Sorry. Whore. My bad. Sorry. Is that Sean
Slut.
Connery that came out? Sorry.
That was a PSA. Yeah, from Harley Hot Takes. All right. And then Jesse has the worst day ever.
Jesse's worst day ever. Wipe out.
Yeah. He's just, he gets kicked out of the one place, can't stay with the other friend. He's trying to break into the
RV gets impounded.
Oh,
sorry. So the
dude's working on the RV,
Yeah.
so it's on his lot. And he like tries to sneak in. He's like, "Oh, I got it," and then he falls through into the fucking porta potty. He's blue, Everything happens. He's got no money, and then he steals the RV. Shows up at Walt's house, and Walt. Essentially, this episode is Walt and Skylar just being petty, and then Jesse suffering.
Where you going?
Out.
Where?
Out.
Out with who? Out where?
Are you gonna get that?
Do the eyes. Do the eyes with it too. I'm out. Going out. Her eyeballs, dude. They get me
got so
every
wide,
fucking
just
every time. Out. It's like, oh god.
Can you just go away?
I wish I could leave you, but I love
You know what? Go out, because I can't look at your face anymore. Please go out. Out in the traffic, bitch.
Oh man.
Get out of here.
Play Frogger.
Yeah, okay. So, Jesse shows up at their house. Big fight. Skylar's leaving. And, like, Bryan Cranston commented on this episode, actually, when she's in the driveway. And he's like, Skylar, do you know what I've done with this family? And, she's driving away. And then he stops arguing because he sees the RV parked right there. But Bryan was like, I mean, if she would have stayed, like, obviously it's not, like, written anywhere. But, like, he plays the character, so his commentary on it was just like, I think he would have told her everything if, she stays in the driveway. Like, if she, like, sits there and hears him out. It's like, I think Walt tells her everything right there. Which is, I just thought was
Yeah, you got to think
interesting.
he's playing the character. Like, he
Right.
knows. That's why, I mean, he's a good actor.
And also, Skylar didn't get not more than 3 mailboxes down before he went inside that fucking RV.
Yeah.
She definitely like looked up in the rearview mirror and saw him get in that fucking RV.
Yeah. Unless she was just so focused on
That's
going
I think
out.
I think
Out.
I think she was like just looking forward.
Looking forward to going
No,
out.
yeah, I mean, I've known possibly millions of women like her.
that are going
They are not.
They're going
out.
They are not looking
out.
in their rear view at you. Once they have that power move and they're in the car, they're looking forward. Nothing you can do.
Sitting there driving away,
I'm
listening to
going
Spice
out.
Girls and shit.
Yeah, listen to the sad music and shit.
And then my favorite quote from this episode is,
Where's it at? I want to do it. What is wrong with you? Why are you blue?
and Jesse's like trying to explain his story, And Walt's just not having it, and he just keeps going in on the insults, and then Jesse's finally like, "Ah!" and he just goes and chokes him. And he's got Walt right there. He's like, I'm gonna fucking do it. I'm gonna fucking do it. And then
Does he do it?
He doesn't do it.
What a bitch.
Spoiler.
Because Jesse's still such a good guy, and despite Walt's blatant disrespect for him all the time, Jesse's like, ugh, all right.
They cut it fantastically to just inside of Walt's house. He's like, don't touch it.
And they're both defeated. He's like, try not to touch anything. Because they're like, Jesse's just beaten down from the past 2 days. Walt's like, I just got choked with an inch of my life from this fucking like drug addict.
This goddamn Blue Man group.
Went.
The 5th member of Blue Man group.
Yeah.
After my wife
He's about to
went
start playing
out.
the fucking kettlebells on me.
Drug addict, outcast, 5th member of Blue Man group.
Yeah. About to start playing the fucking cowbell on my face.
And then, even in the end, he's sitting there splitting up his money, right, to give Jesse his part, right? Because again, you told Jesse to leave town. Of course, he had his money with him. I don't understand why Walt was being such a fucking asshole about like you lost your money. It's only mine. It's like, come on, dude.
Well,
of course, he had his fucking money with him.
He knows that he's a master. He knows what he can do. He knows his power.
Yeah. He's the one who knocks. I'm the one who knocks. And so then there's like the last stack because there's uneven.
Sure.
And then he could have like unbound it and split that stack, and then
That wouldn't have been fun though.
And
It's my money, bitch.
He's just like, no, it's mine.
Yep.
That goes in my stack.
Yeah.
And then he bags up Jesse's money, and then they're both sitting there, and he's like, "You want some breakfast?" And Jesse's like, "Yeah." So they kiss and make up a little bit.
Nice.
And then episode 5.
Nice. This one looks like a short one.
All right. So we're worried about Hank. Then nothing happens to Hank. All the uncomfortable moments in this show make it real, make it as good as it is. It's just like the uncomfortably long receipt printing when he goes to pay for his last chemo treatment. Just the they're just sitting there looking at each other. Yeah, I don't know, just like that. Jesse got enough money in the last episode to rent himself a nice little apartment with a cutie next door.
Get a little heroin junkie on you.
Yeah. Pay for all the RV repairs.
What?
Pay for RV storage.
Pay for the porta potty.
And
Hey.
get himself a new car. Not an El Camino, but I did write down El Camino because, there's the El Camino movie. He almost bought an El Camino, and he did not. He drives around his little station wagon. So, he's doing all right. They're able to establish their new distribution model.
With Combo, Skinny Pete, and Badger, right?
There you go.
The Combo team.
The combo team. RIP combo. And
I
Spoiler.
knew that was fucking coming.
who throws cigarettes in a toilet? Fucking Skylar, man.
A pack of cigarettes with the cardboard packaging and everything.
I understand a cigarette, a couple of cigarettes, but a whole goddamn cardboard box, that's not going down.
And like, okay, so if you felt guilty at the gas station when you were smoking the cigarette, okay, how many trash cans like of fast food places did you pass on your way home?
Or just fucking litter. Like everyone
else.
else.
So many opportunities to get rid of it before you got home and got all the way to your toilet.
Also, let me play
if you
devil's
throw
advocate
it at
for
the
it.
bottom of the trash can, is Walt going to be going through? He doesn't know you're smoking. He's not going through the trash looking for your pack of cigarettes.
Yeah, I'd play devil advocate a little bit for that. The trash can, bottom of the trash can, probably the best idea. But when she's on the way home, she's not thinking about like what am I going to do. She's like, I'm going to keep these cigarettes. She didn't probably feel guilty until she was in that moment. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna fucking chain smoke the fuck out of these.
Right, exactly. Yeah, I mean, once you got some nicotine in you, you're like, you you got to get some more nicotine, baby.
Nice. Yeah, so fuck her.
Yeah, fuck Skylar.
Yeah.
Skylar, if you're listening, fuck you.
Anna Gunn's a wonderful actress. She does a great job making everyone hate her.
Yeah.
Even though
she's like she's another Game of Thrones reference, I guess, but she's like the King Joffrey of this show. It's like that kid, he wasn't even an actor to me. It was like, that kid is King Joffrey, and I'm going to stab him in the face.
Nice. I'll watch Game of Thrones one of these days.
You'll fucking hate King Joffrey. And
Okay.
then you'll be like, at the very end, when you're watching a goddamn 12-year-old child choke to death, you're like, thank fucking God.
Oh,
It's
he's a
that good.
12-year-old child.
It's
huh?
that good. Yeah.
Huh.
He does a great job at making you fucking hate him.
There you go. Yeah, and then so they get the distribution set up, and then they run into their first problem. Skinny Pete gets held up.
Not Skinny Pete.
Yeah.
Skinny Pete.
Uh-oh.
He gets robbed of his product and his cash. So
Hate to see it, Pete.
you know, and then Walt's like, I want you to do something about it. And then there's a funny outtake there where instead of putting the gun on the counter, he pulls out this little squirt gun shaped like a dick, and he just starts squirting him in the face. He's like, I want you to do something about it. And that's funny to me
Oh, that's so funny.
because, I don't know. It's just Bryan Cranston. This is the very serious moment. Then it's like, penis squirt gun. It's fun. Anyway, not as funny. Not funny, apparently.
No, I mean, yeah, it's, you know, it's cute.
It's not funny.
That's cute.
It was funnier if you saw it. You had to be there. You had to be there.
Sure.
All right. And then, yeah, that's how the episode ends. He's like, I guess I got to do something about this. So episode 6, we open up, and they're just showing you, hey, Jesse's a good dude. You know, there's a little roach on the ground or whatever. And he's just like, hey, it's okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, go back in the grass. It's all right. And, you know, Jesse
That-
likes things to live. He's
Sure.
a nice guy.
Yeah.
You know? And then Skinny Pete walks up and he goes, bitch. And he steps on it.
I always loved that little scene too, because like it reminded me of people that I associated with at the, like when I was kind of like younger, and like, you know, I hung out with a lot of Skinny Pete's, a lot of combos, a lot of Badgers.
Where did we place in your younger life?
You guys weren't in the. I don't think you guys would have been in the combo Skinny Pete Badger
Where
categories.
we have been?
A bunch of Skylers running around. Maybe no, you guys were Walter Juniors. You guys were Walter Juniors. But no, you know, because I'm look, I got the goddamn T-shirt. Plant more trees. You know, I always loved nature. And I had a friend, won't name him, you know him, and he would do like there was multiple times where it was like I was trying to do something productive and I guess beneficial for the world, and he would just come along and fuck it up. But I still spent time with him because we got high, and we got real high. So
There you go.
yeah.
That's the goal anyway.
Hey man, when you get high, you're like, whoa, I need to get high again. It's like, who am I going to call? Am I going to call Tyler to get high?
No.
Probably not.
So, as we were saying, Jesse is a good guy. Pete kills the bug. And it's a
The beetle.
foreshadowing. The beetle. And is a foreshadowing of what happens in this episode of Jesse. Jesse doesn't want anybody to die. You know, he's trying to help this kid. You know, there's a kid in this fucking, basically this crack den.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Definitely a crack den. Meth den.
And meth heroin den, yeah. And he's just trying to help the kid. The parents get home, they're fucking pieces of shit. Again, Jesse didn't want anybody to die. He just wanted his money and his drugs back. And what's that lady do? The skank
Yeah. We all
drops
know
the
skank.
ATM on his head, smushes the dude's head. Jesse didn't want any of that to happen. You know, pops his head like a zit. It's bad. But again, Jesse dealing with, the dirty, hard problems, and in Walt's mind, as it should be. I am here. Jesse is here. That's how Walt sees everything. And he's definitely dealing with the more white collar problems. He's, having arguments with his, rich friend who offered to pay for everything. And that's another great glance back is like, hey, Walt doesn't have to be doing any of this.
Right.
Right. He could have had the whole thing paid for. He could have went and worked at Gray Matter.
It's his pride.
It's just his fucking pride.
Yeah.
And then
pride,
you find out even more about it of apparently there was this relationship with Gretchen and they stole his work, and so it's even more than I guess it's just you find out why that pride. I
wouldn't even I don't know if this was ever said or if in the show they ever really deep dive into it, but going into his pride, I would say that they probably didn't even steal his fucking work. I probably think that he had a thing with Gretchen, and then Elliot or him and Gretchen probably got it fucked up because he obviously doesn't know how to not lie and be a piece of shit in a relationship. So then They might have broken up. Elliot came along, stole his squeeze. He was like, I'm not being part of Gray Matter anymore. And then dipped out because of his pride. He's like, I don't want your money. Right? Something maybe, maybe. You know what I mean? That's my grand conspiracy.
They really don't go into it. I mean, their argument is literally like, Gretchen's like, you packed your bag and you left. Like, I don't know what, she's like, what do you mean? And he's like, you stole my work. And which none of that does she deny, but she does just say that, you left. And so then, and I don't know, do you agree with him? Like, she's like, well, where did you get the money? All this shit. Like, do you think he owes her an explanation? Do you think, like, I'm sorry I involved you in any of this? Is that adequate? Or, like, does he owe her the explanation of, like, okay, I got the money from blank, blank, blank? Because that's basically what she keeps getting hung up on is like, well, if everything's paid for and you didn't accept any of our money, where the hell are you getting this money? And, well, it's like, I don't owe you any explanation. I gave you an apology. That's all you need from me.
I'll be honest, I'm kind of blanking on are you talking about when he's talking to Gretchen?
Yeah.
When they're like went out to
when they're
that's
eating?
The whole purpose of the conversation is like, I don't owe you an explanation. I just owe you an apology. And now I've apologized 2 times for this. And then that's when they start getting into the argument about what happened.
If you're calling her, if at the end of your apology you say, fuck you, bitch.
Well, that's after. that's after.
Pretty good apology.
That's after, like, the argument about, like, what happened back in the day.
He's saying sorry, but he doesn't have any humility.
Right. He's saying, like, I'm sorry I involved you. And then, he's like, I don't owe you an explanation. And then they start getting into the argument about, what happened, with all that. You stole my work, all that shit. Mm-hmm. And then they get to the end and, she's like, well, I feel sorry for you, Walt. And he's like, fuck you.
And now a word from our sponsor.
Have you ever been in a foggy mood and you just don't know how to get up and moving? Me too. That's why every day I take a big gulp of Celsius Live Fit Sparkling Grape Rush. Guys, anytime that I feel down, just earlier, I was getting ready to do my Content Crisis podcast. I said, hey guys, I'm feeling a little foggy.
Man, it's like we all feel foggy.
I said, does anybody have a delicious Live Fit energy drink? And I reached over and all of a sudden a Celsius came out, almost thin air. Guys, I drink this before I go to bed. I drink this before I go to a workout, before I have sex, before I go to a funeral. Guys, if I am going to live fit, I'm going to do it not on Fahrenheit, on Celsius.
Okay, so as on screen told you, we had some slight technical difficulties.
Yeah.
So we're just going to start from episode 7, even though we technically wrapped up episode 7. And I don't think we quite wrapped up episode 6. But poor kid, poor Jesse, at least he got out with the money. And yeah, that's basically it. Episode 7.
Fuck you.
Is that where we were at?
Yeah, about. Yeah.
Okay.
And, yeah. So, episode 7, Skylar flirts her way into a job at Beneke. The photo seen earlier when she's reminiscing.
And
is
also
foreshadowing.
Sexually harassed at the same time.
Right. They talk about that, indeed. Uncomfortable Hank is funny. Starts his new job down in, El Paso?
El Paso, Tejas.
And then all the dudes speak Spanish. Just Uncomfortable Hank's funny. That's all I got. And,
you ever been to El Paso?
No, I knew somebody who was stationed in El Paso, and she said it was like hell. So
I've heard El Paso's kind of a shithole.
Yeah.
If anyone want to listen from El Paso, let us know. Is it a shithole or not?
Let us know at Content Crisis Hotline at yahoo.com.
There you go.
I can't speak any farther west than Fort Worth, so.
All right. And what else happens? So Jesse is holed up inside, just getting high, eating Funyuns, as Jesse does.
Yeah.
Funyuns are great.
Yeah.
Funyuns are all right.
Funyuns are great. They're my preferred. They're my preferred chip if I wanted my breath to smell.
Well, Takis.
Sure. I never got the Taki thing.
I'm not a big like hot chip fan.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I like jalapeno Cheetos. I was never a fan of flaming hot Cheetos.
Okay.
They're just red.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like the flavor's not even like good. It's just like
Red.
oh, it's just hot.
Just red. It's like a ghost pepper or anything where it's just not good. It's just hot.
Yeah, it's just kind of
Yeah.
like give me a flavor. That's why I love jalapeno Cheetos. You know, brought to you by
Jalapeno Cheetos.
Yeah. That would be nice.
yeah. Yeah. So and then basically what episode 7 is that's the one where they have the little mariachi song by the little mariachi band.
Mhm.
It's fun. You know the explosion happens down there in El Paso. Hank.
What was the
Hank's
what was
buddy
the
gets-
speech? Sorry, my bad.
Yeah.
What was the speech that Walt says to Jesse? You're a walrus? Is that what he calls him?
I'm a blowfish.
You're a blowfish. That's right. Oh, we already. Where do you get?
No, I didn't say it. So yeah, when he's traumatized, and then Walt has to go do a couple business dealings with Pete and Combo and Badger, and they're like, "Did he really drop the ATM machine on the dude's head?" And they're like, "You didn't hear that from me." And so then he goes in there and he's like, "Look, people are afraid of you now." Like he wants to use it to their advantage, right? And he's like, "We can expand territory." He's like, "Look, you're a blowfish." He's like, "What does a blowfish do?" Stone Jesse's just like, I don't know. He's like, "It blows up." And so then he's like, "You're a blowfish. Say it. I'm a blowfish. I'm a blowfish." And then Walt has one of his coughing fits, and then he's like, "Yeah, blowfishing this up." And he just grabs his bong. Yeah.
I think for the recordings of the series, we should have a bunch of drug paraphernalia in the background.
Yeah.
I could probably get some.
Some bongs. I mean, you could get bongs and bowls of fucking like water beds and stuff because it's for tobacco use
Yeah.
only.
Yeah. Only. Yeah. Which is funny because they also sell crack pipes there. So
Yeah, for tobacco crack.
All right.
It's like hard rock tobacco.
Rock
Tobacco.
crack or rock
It's to cracko.
cracko. Yeah.
Tobacco. I like that.
That's cool.
We should trademark that before someone steals it.
All right. So, and then Jesse's just dumb. I like things he says because Walt's telling about expanding and getting people below Badger and Combo and Pete and all that. And then,
Pyramid scheme.
Yeah. And Jesse's like, "Gonna have this shit layered like nachos." Like, okay. Just funny. That always made me giggle. All right. Episode 8.
Hey, we finally made it to episode 8.
I like this episode, but I do feel it's just an excuse to get Saul involved / introduced. I added these notes because I realized I didn't take any because it was just a good episode, but it didn't really hold like a ton of value other than like, hey, we need this lawyer guy here because he's going to help Walt launder his money and such moving forward. Mm-hmm. Is the way I felt about the episode.
That's fair. It's a fair assessment.
I don't remember it like that. You know, I didn't watch
It's
it.
the episode where Badger gets busted.
You remember
So
the
he's sitting
fake
on
the
bench and-
fake Walt?
Yeah, I remember that.
Yep. So that.
But I thought he was introduced when he's like, when you're in hard times, you don't need a criminal lawyer. You need a criminal lawyer.
Right, so they say that in this episode.
Okay.
So the episode opens up, and it's Jesse's TV, and it's the Better Call Saul commercial.
Yeah.
So,
I think the irony in it all is that like Walt is always having these coughing
right.
fits.
And
like,
so of course,
you and
like,
I have
I'm
been
sick,
coughing.
and I'm just
Yeah.
like, what if it turns out I have lung cancer?
Dude,
This
that would be
episode?
awesome. We have to
Dude,
finish the
it's
series.
Yeah,
We
have
gotta
to
finish the
it.
series.
Yeah.
Before you die.
Before we die.
Dude,
Before I die,
that would be
I die.
awesome too if like halfway through this fucking Breaking Bad series we're doing, because it's going to take like 100 years.
Yeah.
We have to do 5 takes on every season.
Tyler's like, I'm coming hard, like down hard on money. So he starts cooking meth
There we
Right.
go.
or something.
I'm for it.
And then like
Something probably,
Yeah.
not meth.
And then at like the end of like our season 5 or at the end of our El Camino
Right.
breakdown,
I die.
he dies.
Yeah.
I'm for it. I like that
yeah.
idea.
Yeah, let's go.
I get the studio.
Okay.
I don't want anything. I like the idea.
Yeah. All right.
That's cynical.
All right. So like, oh yeah. So it opens up. It's the Better Call Saul commercial, and then because as you remember, episode 7, Jesse's trying to show Jane his sweet new TV, but he can't get reception.
So they bang.
And they bang, and that's the start of their relationship. And why in my bad summary I said bad TV reception leads to 2-plane crash above Albuquerque.
Okay.
Anyway, so that leads to that, and then actually that's how the intro to the episode is Badger getting busted.
Mm-hmm.
And then after the opening credits,
What's that? The Breaking Bad, or what's that? The Better Call Saul?
No, that's the
Okay, sorry.
slide
That's,
guitar.
I see.
I want you to do that till it's perfected.
No, not on air.
Can you play it?
Boom,
Can you play it?
boop, boom.
That's not bad. I heard it. Yeah, I got it. But
Yeah, I mean my voice is a little messed up. I can't do as much with pitch right now.
Can you do the Seinfeld?
Boom, ba-dum, bum, bum, ba-da, ba, ba-da, ba, 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 ba-da, ba, 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 ba,
Hey.
ba, ba-da-da, ba, ba-da, ba, 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 ba-da, ba, 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 ba-da, ba, ba, ba-da, ba, 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 da-da-da-da-da.
hey, there you go. Nice. Hey, how about this peanuts?
What about all these peanuts?
Jerry. I'd be a good Irene. Isn't that her name? Irene? Elaine, sorry.
Irene.
Vandalay Industries. Vandalay Industries.
Yeah. All
All right,
right.
chug it along.
Chug it along.
Hey, fun fact. Bryan Cranston was in Seinfeld, as we said many times before.
Boom, ba-dum, boom, boom.
It all ties in together.
Yep.
All right.
Oh, I'd love to see, like, an edit of, like, a Breaking Bad episode, but, like, the cut scenes is just a fucking Seinfeld.
Would you?
Waller.
I would. I would like that. It'd be comical.
Just see your All right.
Your mother's a whore, Jesse.
Mickey. All right. All right.
Are we? Do we all have lung cancer?
God damn.
We're
I'm
all
feeling
fucking-
I feel like it's
We're
getting
all
worse.
fucking coughing.
Coming down with a
No,
briefcase.
dude, I was like
of it,
tasting blood
Just
earlier.
a small case.
Briefcase of lung cancer.
Oh, boom, 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 boom. How about this lung cancer? All right.
What's with the cancer?
What's
Yeah.
with the cancer?
Everybody's got the cancer.
Yeah.
I talked to my mom. She's like, I had the cancer. Talked to my cousin. I got the cancer. Everybody's got the cancer. Sorry if you have cancer.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny. Boom, 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 boom.
Okay.
I feel like that would be more of like a Curb Your Enthusiasm now after that comment.
Oh, yeah. I mean, cancer's funny.
Cancer's
sometimes.
funny sometimes.
Yeah.
Cancer can be funny.
Yeah. So, or like, what's the episode where he's talking about? This is the good Hodgkins. I thought he had the good Hodgkins. There's the
That's
good
not funny.
Hodgkins and the bad Hodgkins.
That's not
I
funny.
thought he had
That's
the good
sad.
Hodgkins.
That's sad. Boom, 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 boom.
Bum 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 ba da 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 da. Oh no, that was the curb. Bum,
Oh.
bum bum ba da 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 da.
Oh, yeah.
Da, 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 da. Bum bum bum. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So
Jerry, you know what your problem is, Jerry? Or not Jerry. Larry,
Yeah.
you know what your problem is, Larry? You got too many goddamn furnitures here, Larry. No, that's what he says, but it's what he sounds like.
So this is Breaking Bad, believe it or not.
Not Curb, not Seinfeld, not Malcolm in the Middle yet.
Wait, we haven't
Yeah.
referenced Malcolm in the Middle yet.
Yeah. I don't remember what the words of the theme song are.
Lone sat alone in a boggy marsh.
Not quite. That's Peaches.
Life is unfair.
There you go. Yeah.
That's the only part I remember because
You're
like
not the boss of me now.
there,
Yeah.
yeah, because there's
You're
the
not
full
boss of me
version,
now.
but then whenever you see it on TV, it's just they shorten it. Just life is unfair.
Right, that's like the marathon version of it. Like if it first comes on, you get the full thing, and then
You guys-
it's like if it's on it just a back to back marathon, they're just like life is unfair. Okay, what's Malcolm getting?
What's
into?
Malcolm getting into now? A
Yeah.
fucking Dewey.
You guys remember when the Fresh Prince of Bel Air would come on and the long,
Yeah.
like,
Oh, with the mom and everything.
yeah,
and-
it'd be like, what? It's like, you're like sitting there singing along, and then it's like,
Wait.
also I was doing the dishes, and it's like, what the
You're
fuck?
like, there's a whole nother verse?
I was cleaning my room. It's like, what the fuck is going on here?
Man, chores are whack. Word?
So I was doing my homework and I was eating some snacks.
And I thought these chores were whack.
Yeah, I thought these chores were whack. So my mama said, get on down to work, and she said, go break your back. I'm the Fresh Prince. This is my friend named DJ Jeff. Sorry, that's the cancer.
Jazzy Jeff.
DJ Jazzy Jeff.
So Breaking Bad.
I'll work on it a little bit.
Hell of a sweet freestyle for you. All right, so
It's wiggity wiggity whack.
there you go.
All right, we're done.
Yeah, we're done.
We've milked that one.
Yeah.
Too much.
It's over. It's over. All right. So I like the desert stick up, and they got the same mask as when they steal the methylene.
Yeah.
So that's funny. And then like the whole thing in this episode is like, what are we doing about Badger? Because they keep like they try to bribe Saul at first. That's why there's the desert stick up, because they're like, hey, and then Saul sees the cough or hears Walt's cough, and he's just like, are you the guy that was there earlier? Mm-hmm. So he knows he's getting shaken down. He's like, all right, fine, whatever. And that is where you were talking about later, like, you don't want a criminal lawyer, you want a criminal lawyer. Yeah. That's what Jesse was talking about. Yeah. It's this episode. Walt just keeps opting for, because Saul keeps saying, are you sure we can't just, have him like, and Walt keeps looking at Jesse like, maybe? Come on. Jesse's like, we're not having Badger killed.
Would you want to kill Badger?
No, I don't think I'd have Badger killed.
Would you kill Badger?
Yeah, I'd kill Badger.
You kill Badger?
Would you have him killed?
Or would you kill him yourself?
You wouldn't want to pay for the legal fees?
I'm the one who knocks. So yeah, I think I'd pay somebody.
Yeah. Makes sense.
I mean, I don't fucking know. I'm just kind of.
You gonna whack him off?
Maybe I'll.
Unless he tries to take off.
Yeah. Fucking cocksucker.
Ice.
Ice, baby.
Well, when you said take off, I think I thought about. Is that? Never mind. We're getting on too many tangents, man. Let's get rolling along here. I got too much.
He's got like going. He got like 12 different directions. His mind is
for
going.
a minute, dude. So
Yeah,
we gotta at least stay on track.
Yeah. Yeah, I love the Walt just wants Badger prison shanked rather than to pay money. And then basically the end of the episode they get the patsy, right? Right? They pay a
Yeah, the
patsy.
fall guy.
This guy will accept money to go to jail. And so they set that whole meet up, but Badger sits on the wrong bench because the guy's late. And then Walt plays some heroics, right? He's like, just get out of the car. And Jesse's like, the DEA's right there. He's like, I got it. And Walt pulls in front of their fucking vehicle. They can't see what's going on. He's acting all, dumb and white, He's just like, oh, Hank, I thought that was you. Does the whole bit. Jesse's like, other bench, wrong guy. Fixes everything. And then Walt peels away. It's a good scene.
It is.
And Jesse's trying to get back.
Would never work in real life.
No.
Never work in real life.
Walt might get shot.
Walt would probably get shot. Come on. It's the USA. Walt's getting shot.
That's his brother, dude.
Yeah, he's getting shot.
In law.
Yeah. Doesn't matter. It doesn't count if it's not real.
I think it works.
I don't think it'd work.
Okay. No, I'm good with that.
It's like, we'll never know. Unless
we should try it out.
You want to try it out?
With a real gun.
How much money would it take for you to be someone willing to just go to jail? But also not like it matters.
The whole
if,
thing
if you're in jail,
is
you can't spend the money.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's there when you get out.
But like if you get like,
how long am I going to jail?
If you're like 65 and they sentence you to 15 years in prison, you might not make it out.
Right. How long am I going to jail? Am I this age, or is this later in my life?
You're this age right now.
I'm this age. How long am I going to jail?
15 years.
How much?
How much would you be willing?
Yeah.
I'm asking you. It's your life. You set a price. I'm the buyer. You're the supplier.
I'm going $1 million. That's got to be $1 million.
Oh, it's got to be more. Like, I'm thinking, like, I got to get out and things have just got to be fucking awesome. You know what I mean? Because if I'm spending 15 years of my life,
Well, think about it yearly. Do it like that. Think about it yearly. What would your yearly?
Yeah, how much like
Go to
per
jail.
year?
well,
what would
right?
you
I'm
want?
saying I want like 50 million waiting on me. If I'm going to jail for 15,
Do you think you're worth 50,
years,
dog?
Well, that's what I'm saying is like I'm not going to jail for anybody for anything less because I'm not worth 50 million. I'm just like hiking the price, and then if somebody's stupid enough to be like, yeah, I'll give you 50 million to go to jail for 15 years. I'll be
How
like,
close
all
to
right.
$1 million can you come?
Like a year. Like I'll take $1 million for a year.
Really?
What about 1 million per year?
That's what?
Maybe
Only
15 million.
15 million. Like you gotta account for inflation.
Okay, 16
Like
million.
for when
Okay,
no, that's why I said 50 because like 15 years of inflation.
Yeah, it's like $1
What-
million bucks, if that.
I guess it depends on which inflation we're talking about.
What- how much
If we're talking about
Isn't the rate of
when-
inflation 1%?
if we're talking about 2009 inflation, when they were in a recession, when this episode came out, when Walt was actually doing this in real life, it's a hell of a lot different than 2022 inflation when, you know,
Gas
Chicken-
is $7 a gallon.
and fucking chicken wings are $5 per wing.
Jesus, dude. I couldn't believe it. I was like, look at these what's the deal with these chicken wings?
Like they're just gonna fly away.
That's probably one of the funnier things Dakota said. Anyway,
Right.
so
chicken wings.
So Tyler's going in for 15 mil.
Yeah. I mean, it's
17 mil to count for inflation, a little extra dough for you to like buy yourself a nice
right.
wife.
But if I'm missing that much life when I get out, like I need to be set, and that's why I say 50. Because that's a lot of life to miss. 15 years is a long time. You miss a year of your life, that's a long time.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
you can speak to that. A year is a long time.
That's why I'm saying, like, just pay me 80 grand. I'll do it again.
Wow, going cheap, huh?
No, I mean, like, for real. Like, you know, I'm keeping it realistic. You know what I mean? No one out there is like gonna give me $1 million.
Right.
Maybe 100K. But you know what I mean? Like, it's
Although I guess that, I mean, having the money would make your time on the inside better, right?
yeah, fuck
'Cause
yeah.
you can like, yeah, okay,
It's a job.
right.
You know. Plus, you got money on the commissary. You got your TV. Anything you want.
But now aren't you a target because like they know like you can get the good shit? No.
Now just spread my cheeks, bro.
Oh.
Spread my cheeks.
is it
I'm
true?
I'm gonna be a rich boy in there.
Is it true in jail that like all the electronics are fucking clear? So
Yeah,
yeah, I thought that was pretty
yeah.
accurate. But
Yeah, I mean, you can't hide shit in there. Really, that's like the whole point.
and like most anything that has sound, you have to hook up headphones to.
Well, there was my bunkie actually had a like a
'Cause-
big Bluetooth speaker.
Because I've seen things where like the TVs that you might get, like the smaller TVs, they don't have any speakers. They're made where you have to hook up headphones to.
Yeah. I did have headphones. My headphones broke, so I just put. There was one guy that was in there with like his over the ear headphones broke, so he just broke off the one and would just hold it there like this.
Oh, nice.
Then he would hold his head like this and watch TV. So yeah, make it fucking work, guy.
There you go. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and skip to episode. Oh, basically Hank gets his swagger back. He gets a bust, but like you can tell, he knows that wasn't the right guy. And Saul comes and finds Walt, and he's like, "Hey, you need help because you suck at this. If I could find you, imagine if one of the people you sell to, one of the guys you're dealing with, you know, imagine how easy it is for them to find you."
Mm-hmm.
He's
So
like,
hey, better call Saul.
better call Saul. That's
Hey.
what he says.
Mm-hmm.
Saul Goodman.
Saul also
Saul Goodman.
He also references.
Oh, sorry.
He also references.
Oh, now we're gonna get copyrighted.
He also references Godfather at the end, where he says, "Hey, what'd Tom Hagen do for Vito Corleone?" So anyway,
Hey, call back to a podcast we could do. Call forward.
call forward.
Fast forwarding.
Call forward to a podcast we could do.
Yep.
Yes.
The Godfather of Better Call Saul.
Just the Godfather. All right. So episode 9. Walt's talking about money with Saul, and he goes, "How much money are you gonna launder?" And they do some math, and he goes, "Congratulations, you've just left your family a secondhand Subaru. So it's like $9,000." And he goes, "We just have to cook more, a lot more." And Saul goes, "Yeah, that's my legal opinion." So this is where, we find Jesse in bed again with the marvelous Jane, and they're making plans for the day to go see Georgia O'Keeffe. She does these vagina paintings.
What? To die for.
Would you ever get your vagina?
Can I get the crown
Vagina
roll?
painted?
Let's see that crown roll.
Painted. God damn it! I can't fucking talk.
Yeah, would you ever model naked, bro?
Yeah, would you ever model naked?
Model naked.
How much would it cost for you to model naked?
How much would it cost for you to model naked and let someone
That's more realistic.
you spread your butt cheeks and someone just paints what's on the inside?
No, we don't have to do a full spread. You don't have to do a full
I would like to
spread.
see a full spread. Not like to see a full
lemonade.
spread, but
No, I mean
like to see it happen.
just to get naked, lay there on the couch. How much?
How Jack painted Rose into Titanic?
Smoking marijuana, eating Cheetos, and masturbating do not constitute plans in my book. This is what he says to Jesse.
He's gonna
Oh,
skip
what, you don't
past
like
it.
that one?
It's just we keep going off. We go, let's just. Keep
Oh, you
going.
want to chug along? Okay, we're chugging along.
All right,
here.
we're chugging
We're
along.
staying to the subject.
We'll drink some more.
So that's Walt's other quote that I like in this episode. So he's mad, or he's lying. He's lying. Lying again that the methylene's going bad, and really, is Walt's cause. Is it bad that he's lying here? He's just kind of like, hey,
Let's
I
get
need
back to work.
I need to cook before I die.
You've been looking at too many vagina paintings.
Right? Yeah. He's like, I need to cook before I die. Essentially, is what he's saying. So I don't really mind the lie here, but again, it's to the point. He just doesn't even have to think about it. He just goes oh, Jesse needs some convincing. Our methylene's going bad. Jesse's like, oh, fuck,
Not the methylene. Yeah.
So, just that whole Georgia O'Keeffe vagina pictures bit's hilarious because Walt's like, what? What are you talking about? I don't know. It's not your business. So obviously they need a plot device here, but the whole concept of the keys just being in the ignition, running the battery dead. It's why are you putting the keys in the ignition? Because Walt goes, don't put them there. It's our workspace. And so then Jesse's like, fine. Throws them in there, and it's if you look at that dashboard, it's like a table up there.
Right.
Literally, it was just
But it's a Jesse thing to do.
it's the Jesse
Also-
thing to do, and they need plot.
Also, to be a cunt,
Sure. Yeah.
he just put the keys in the ignition. He didn't turn it to accessory on. He didn't turn it to on. He just put the keys in ignition. That is not enough to kill the battery.
We don't know that for sure though, because those old cars maybe had, what year was that Winnebago? Do we know?
A year old.
Yeah, it's an old Winnebago. Now, that might be kind of a more safety feature. That way your battery
So-
doesn't run out.
Here's the thing: as someone who does have a car that's over 20 plus years old, you put the key in the ignition. It doesn't do anything. The door, it might ding if you have the door open to let you know, hey, you fucktard, your keys are in the car. But it does. Other than that, it doesn't draw
Very
any power or
aggressive,
anything.
your Camaro.
Fucktard, your keys.
Fucktard.
Well, I think we should leave it at plausible until we have all the facts, because it's.
But he didn't,
I know there's cars at my job that if you open the door, it will fucking ding, 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 ding. And they were in and out of that motherfucking Winnebago all day.
But I'm sure
to
that.
be fair,
Let's hear it.
have you ever put your keys in the ignition, cooked meth all weekend, and then gone to start your Camaro?
I've put the keys in the ignition and done meth all weekend.
Hey!
Well,
Same.
That's all I need to hear.
Same.
That's all I need to hear. Argument settled. All right. So, and then, like I said earlier, just they represent a very toxic relationship. If it was a romantic relationship,
Right.
It's good when it's good, and then as soon as it goes bad, it is
Bad.
bad immediately. Just Walt just starts going right in, berating him, telling him how stupid must be in his jeans, and just all this shit. So then they gotta jump the Winnebago, right? They get gas. They got to siphon gas to put in the generator, and then they spill gas on the generator. Is that a thing? You spill gas on the generator, thing's gonna fucking.
I could see it. I could see it maybe happening because there is an electrical current with the generator the alternator in the generator, but I feel like that was more of just plot.
Little plot.
Little plot caught
Plausible.
Because
I'd say
I mean,
plausible.
there's
Plottable.
there's a spark.
Plottable.
There is a spark, but the spark for that would be internal inside the 2-stroke engine. So unless if the gas like seeped down and just like fucking caught an ignition spark, but it's probably not going to happen. If anything, you would just fucking cause just a short.
Hey Siri, if I pour gasoline on my generator, will it set on fire?
Okay, I found this on the web for if I pour gasoline on my generator, will it set a fire? Check it out.
Well, that doesn't fucking help the podcast.
Yeah, that's not good.
Well,
We will
that-
attach a link to the bio, and we hope you click on it.
Definitely won't be doing that. All right.
the answer is plausible.
Plottable.
Plottable.
It's plottable.
It's plottable. Thanks, old plotter.
Yeah. So then, Walt's running in to get the fire hydrant, and Jesse throws the rest of their drinking water on the generator, just fucking fucks it. Are generators not made to take on any water, though? Like, there's not a generator outside that can be rained on?
I mean, it has a cover, but I'm pretty sure it's not meant to, like, dump gallons
Dump
of
a
water
5
on
gallon
it.
on there? So it would have fucked it up?
Probably.
Depends on the generator.
I mean, there's literally like electric components in it. So I mean, water and electricity don't mix.
Well,
On
sure.
top of that, I have a feeling they're not getting their deposit back.
No.
I feel like they're not getting their deposit
I
back.
think that's the least of their worries. And then so they call Skinny Pete, to come rescue him, and then he fucks up the directions. And then I always thought, so they did some of these like the web shorts, while this was coming out, and they feature them on the DVD. There's just a couple mini episodes. Like some of them are just silly, but I just would have thought like Skinny's journey being lost while trying to come to them with the water and the gas and everything would have been kind of funny.
Yeah.
Just
Because he's a decent, like when he was in El Camino, he's a decent actor.
yeah, and he's just a goofy dude. Like he's interesting, so it's like that would have been funny. Like just his little journey. Maybe he meets some people along the way.
Like I'm looking for this dirt road.
Yeah, you seen like an old dude and like a white boy who like wears like real baggy clothes and shit. Like you seen them anywhere? There'd be like smoke coming out of the top of their RV and shit.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying, man? No? Oh, you don't even speak English. You don't know what the fuck I'm saying, do you?
Okay.
My bad, bro. My
Como
bad.
estás, bro?
Okay.
Como estás?
I'm sorry. I love in season 1 where Jesse gets the shit beat out of him, and Walt comes and sees him in the hospital, and Skinny Pete's sitting there, and he's like, I was all like, damn, Tuco, like, chill out, S.A. I don't know what got into him. It was like, meth got into him. Like, what are you talking about? Anyway, all right, and so they go through their whole crisis. Like, Walt tries to trickle charge the battery. They try all this shit.
Trick old charge, because that is fucking one slow way to try and charge a goddamn battery.
Right. Doesn't work. And then they're just laying in there like, oh, fuck. I think we're going to die here. And, Jesse's like, you got to snap out of it. What are we going to do? He's like, oh, we'll build a robot. Or like build a battery or something. Or maybe we'll take parts off of this and we'll build a doom buggy. And then Walt like gets up and he's like, oh, he's got an idea. And so he's like, go get the brake pads off of the front of the boot. Get anything metal, anything. And it was like, do you think all those washers and shit and the nuts and bolts would have been sitting around that RV? Like, it's a meth lab. Like, what do they need all those washers and nuts and bolts for? Yeah.
Also, like to point out that they never put the brake pads back on the vehicle, so...
Well, they don't show that. They show the RV getting started.
And then they're just going.
Well, they're not going, because like how that scene ends is they're both just like, oh, like it's not even like, yeah, it's like a, okay, thank God. Oh God, if it didn't start, I don't know what I would have done. It was like one of those, and that's just where it cut. And then they're back to, so obviously
Then they're at, like,
had to
Denny's,
put it back
right?
there. No, this is like right back to the airport.
And then how did he get the brake pads off without taking the fucking tires off?
I know.
Because you got to take the tires off to get the brake pads off.
Not Jesse.
You're asking too many fucking questions.
I am asking
man.
questions because it's logical things. Like, how the fuck did he do that?
Yeah, I
it's
think
a little-
logistically.
Because if there's a way to do that, I kind of want to know because that might make my life a little bit easier when I have to change my brake pads.
Slash when he had to like jack it up to get the wheel off and like all
Yeah.
that kind of shit. So.
And then, like, he's on dirt, so, like, dirt's not a great thing to fucking jack a car up on.
just say it. Jack on.
to
Dirt's
jack
not
on.
great to jack on.
The fucking jack would sink into the ground.
Yeah. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of plot involved.
Fucking plot.
A lot of those plot nuts and bolts laying around.
That's the worst politician.
So they make their makeshift battery. Anyway, he slides Jesse the tools, and Jesse's like, "What are we building?" Well, you said it yourself. Jesse's like, "A robot?" No, battery.
Well, it's like, you fucking idiot.
That's even funnier. Where they're like, he's doing the explanation. He's like showing him he's like, and then this element ties it all together, and he's showing him, and he's like, huh? Jesse's like, oh, wire. It's like no, copper. It's copper.
One thing that you see is, like, you still kind of see you still see the teacher in Walt.
Yeah.
Where he still sees Jesse's a student, where he's like, hey, I'm trying to teach you this.
Yeah.
But, like, he still doesn't have any respect for Jesse. But he's like, hey, I'm your teacher, you're the student, so just watch and you'll learn. And then Jesse's still how he was in high school, of just like,
Wire.
yeah, cups.
Well, yeah, I mean, maybe that's the other thing too, is like Jesse wasn't a good student, obviously.
Right.
So
He didn't amount to much.
that's why Walt also like doesn't have any respect for. He's like, well, you didn't even take chemistry seriously, so like,
You just
who the fuck are you?
You're jerking that cocksucker off in chemistry.
Yeah, I heard too. Yeah, so then they go on to Walt's doctor appointments at the end. They get great news. His tumor's reduced by 80%. And Walt
is not happy.
not happy about it.
I was supposed to be dead, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Now I'm not dead and I gotta fucking cook more because I'm alive.
I get why he's mad though.
Me too.
You
Yeah,
know?
absolutely.
He's like, I went like the wrong way. Like, I took a really dark turn. There's no coming back from this.
Right.
Now I'm a power hungry fucking drug
Animal.
lord.
Yeah.
That raped my wife.
Sexually assaulted.
Allegedly.
Domestic dispute. Argument.
And yeah, I mean, he's like, I took all these wrong turns. This isn't where I'm supposed to be. I was supposed to die. I was supposed to leave my family all this money. What the fuck? Fuck. And he punches the towel dispenser.
Just stick his head in the microwave. He'll be good.
Fuck out of it. Yeah. And then Hank references The Godfather, actually, also. I found 2 Godfather references in 2 episodes, so I had to write it down. Okay. Because, when Walt gets the good news, he grabs Walt's shoulder. He's like, just when I think I'm out, they pull me back in. Which is Godfather 3. So, anyway. Not that anyone gives a fuck. So.
I care.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit.
I know. All right, so episode 10. Walt gives us. They throw a little party
Nice.
just to hey, thanks everybody for your support. We're glad Walt isn't dead.
Get to see the dick swinging.
And then Walt is like, I'm not glad I'm not dead, because then his speech is like, he's like, when I got cancer, I was like, why me? And then I got the good news, and I was like,
Why me?
why me? I like Hank's like, wow, inspirational. Again, Hank has some of the best lines in the show. All right. So, and then, there's the whole fight at the party.
Let's just make Walt Jr. take a bunch of shots.
Oh yeah. That's another awkward scene.
That's fucking awkward.
Yeah.
He's like, whoa.
He just keeps pouring them up.
Right. Because Walt's mad. Because he's like, well, now if I'm alive,
It's time to be a dick.
It's time to show this Hank guy, that I'm Walter Jr.'s dad,
Yeah.
not you.
So you mean to tell me, how was it killing that guy? Was it cool or whatever? He's taking such an interest in, him killing Tuco and all that.
Right.
And the fucking dude with the head on the fucking turtle. And Walt is like, in his mind, thinking like, I'm fucking way cooler than this lame motherfucker, but I can't say it.
Exactly.
So now I'm just going to fucking give my son alcohol poisoning.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, you're definitely right. I don't know why he would mainline his son alcohol because of it, but maybe to shut him up.
Maybe to make him look like the cool dad. I mean, let's think. We're all underage, and we're like, oh, it'd be so cool for parents to let us drink.
Right.
And, I just underage drank illegally, and my parents never knew.
Yeah.
They might have knew. I don't know. They eventually found alcohol bottles when I was way overage, but...
I don't know.
Overage? You weren't allowed to drink alcohol anymore?
Dude, I was like 45.
Bro, I was like 45.
My parents were still finding bottles.
Bro, my mom was being such a bitch.
She's like, look, if you're going to move back in, you can't drink.
Fuck you, Mom. I want my skateboard.
Sounds like fucking Dahmer, dude. you guys haven't watched
I finished
Dahmer.
it finally.
You finished it? She's like, you're drinking again, aren't you? And he's like, no, Grandma, I'm not drinking anymore. I promise. Just a couple of brews. It's like, you're eating people, aren't you?
Yeah, I did finally finish that.
And he sounds just like that, doesn't he? He's like, no, Grandma, I'm just drinking a couple of beers.
Yeah.
It's like, ooh.
Dude, did you watch the Dahmer tapes?
Is that a different series?
Yeah, like, it's suggested when you, finish it.
Oh, no, I didn't. What is that?
It's literally the interviews with him. Obviously, it's not visual, but, dude, that dude hit the voice right on.
Did he?
Oh, yeah. The voice is, right on.
Man, because he sounds like a bitch.
I know.
He sounds like such a bitch.
They hit the voice, he hit the voice to a T.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do I do a good Dahmer?
I mean, not as good as that guy, but
God,
it's good.
Grandma, I'm just drinking a couple of beers.
Yeah. No, I mean, you got it, yeah. Yeah, you got it, but, not as good as that guy. For sure.
Yeah, you get it good.
Yeah.
So you want to watch a movie?
Yeah.
It's my favorite movie.
I'm so glad you're here.
I'm so glad. Yeah, it gets weird. He's like, oh, sorry, Miss Victoria. I was just making some pork chops. And
Oh, yeah, my family, they got me all this meat,
all this
and it
meat.
went bad.
yeah. You said that 6 years in a row, motherfucker.
The deep freezer went out again. I really got to get a new one.
You gotta be so ballsy. You gotta be the ballsiest serial killer in the world when it's like your neighbor hears you raping and slaughtering your victim, and you just walk out like,
Hey.
yeah, sorry.
Fucking
I don't know.
deep freezer.
Deep freezer.
Goddamn circuit breaker keeps popping. And
Yeah,
I
left a couple of beers out and my fish died. It's like, okay, dude. All right, okay. It smells like rotting flesh.
Dude, that is fucked up, though.
That whole story is kind of.
Could you imagine being his neighbor?
The episode. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, like the episode where, what was his name? The victim was the deaf guy.
Yeah.
I shed like half a tear at the end of that.
Yeah, man.
I was like, this is.
You were like, oh, he's out. And then it's like,
I'm like, yeah. And then he's
comes
like,
back, forgot my keys.
hey.
Forgot my keys.
Dahmer's like just hard as a rock. Like,
oh, yeah.
Come
I'm
on
gonna
in.
kill you. It's like, fuck. Because
I
you
know,
thought the guy
dude.
was out. You liked the guy.
yeah, and he
Yeah,
actually
he's
had
like-
like a heart.
Yeah.
And then, most of the other guys, like,
They all had hearts. He ate them.
yeah. Yeah. But, yeah, like, they showed his family in such a, like, supportive light. You didn't really see. I felt really bad for the Laotian dude. The Laotian kids.
Yeah.
And then I felt really bad for the fucking deaf dude.
I feel bad for all of them.
Right,
but
those ones
those,
especially.
you knew the most about those stories.
Yeah, because the Laotian family is even more fucked up to
Yeah,
me.
it is.
Because, like, they let the kid back. They gave the kid back to Dahmer.
Yeah.
That's crazy to me.
Right.
That is insane, dude.
Fucking real police officers did that.
This isn't a movie.
Yeah.
Real police
Real
officers
police officers did that.
saw a fucked up kid on roofies pretty much and were like, he doesn't speak good English. Give him back to him. It's like,
and then the
holy
cops,
shit.
I want to know, like, that's something I meant to research was, like, were those cops actually calling that family and like saying all that bullshit to the dad.
I didn't. So what they were calling like threatening
Like,
him?
you know, when the dad of that family
Uh-huh.
kept getting the phone calls and they kept saying like all that racist shit, like,
Right.
you know,
I mean,
it was
I don't
like I
remember
wanted.
that.
That's what I didn't, but like I wanted to research like
Oh, you
were
wanna
they
see if that's, like,
actually
authentic?
fucking doing it? Because yeah, you know, like
Dude, that's so
real
fucked
stretch
up,
shit.
man.
It was fucked.
Dude, that's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
I'll be real. I know of Laotian family, and that they fucking hit the Laotian family fucking like that the little party they have at the end of the show.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, been there. And then it's like, dude, like just the family dynamic, and it's like just that like, it's like I saw my friend, I saw my dude,
Yeah.
as that kid, right? I'm like, holy fuck, dude, like,
Yeah. Well, and to know that like the one kid got away from him, and then it was like, and then you let him back out, and they got my other kid.
yeah,
Like, yeah. Fuck
hey,
story.
welcome to Milwaukee. Isn't that where they were? Milwaukee, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, he was in the lower income area. Cops don't give a fuck over there.
Well, I
and
wasn't
it was
targeting
like-
black people.
Yeah.
I also targeted an Asian.
yeah, yeah.
It's like, all right, buddy.
Yeah. He's like, I just killed anyone who agreed to come back to my apartment. I was just trying to take some photos.
Just trying to take some photos.
I just want to take some pictures and
Yeah,
stuff.
just Grandma, Grandma, I'm just trying to take some pictures.
Yeah. Why'd you
like-
go in my room?
Yeah, it's like Jesus, Sarah Palin, relax. What's in the box, Jeff?
What's in the box?
Yeah, what's in the box, Jeff? It's just my porno mags, Dad.
Yeah.
It's a fucking head, bro.
I wanted the dad so bad to find the head. You know.
I know we're going on a total Dahmer
Yeah.
fucking like
Jerk off?
Yeah, jerk off here. A total Dahmer jerk off. But
Timestamp.
No,
Yeah,
I'm just keeping the screen fresh.
what I was gonna say is like, I talked to my mom a lot about this because we watched it together.
Sure.
Because you were inspired, right?
Yes, but like, do you think that how much blame do you think goes on the dad?
Good deal.
Yeah, I think a good deal goes on the dad because even once he's in like prison and he's visiting him, he's like, "Oh, hey, bud."
Yeah.
It's like at that point, I have a daughter. If my daughter starts eating her fucking classmates,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be like, "Hey, kiddo, what's
How-
going on?" "Oh, hey, pups."
How you holding up?
"Yeah, hey, how you holding up?"
Yeah.
Like I might throw some like $20 in her books every couple of months.
All right.
I can't look at her.
I
The
don't
same. That's
really
not my kid
wanna
anymore.
talk to you.
Like
yeah.
you,
That's not my kid.
like how close were you to me being one of the victims?
Right.
well, gee, pops, I'm just trying to eat some raccoon.
Well,
Jeff, why do you need this big ass saw? Well, you know, like a woodchuck skull. What did he call it? Like a woodchuck, right? He's like,
think so,
He's like, well, I'm
yeah.
trying to get through woodchuck skulls, Dad. Like he sounds like he's 28 years old. He's
he's
like,
20 years old.
Gosh.
He's talking to his dad like he's like,
come on, I'm just
17.
trying to saw through a woodchuck skull. And his dad's like, come on, Jeff. And he's like, what's this smell down here? He's like, I don't know. I was doing an experiment on a skunk or something. He's like, doing an experiment on a skunk? Oh, what is this? He's like, I don't know. It's just sludge. Come on, Jeff. In your grandma's basement, clean the sludge up. It's like, what the fuck is going on here?
You just don't think like, let me just go and look for myself.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was, yeah.
It's like, what do you mean sludge, dude?
What do you mean sludge?
If the second if I walk into Tyler's house, right? My best friend. If I walk into Tyler's house and I'm like, what's that fucking smell? And I go into the back room, I'm like, what is it? Oh, Tyler, what the fuck's this? And he's like, it's sludge. Get the fucking sludge out of here. Where did you get sludge from? A skunk? What the fuck are you talking about?
I'm calling the police.
I'm calling the fucking
Sludge.
Dude, I don't talk
Don't
to
have
police
sludge
very
laying
often,
around.
but I'm calling the cops.
Police. Something's happening here.
Yeah. Are you eating people?
Yeah. Jump to.
Yeah.
Are you eating people?
I watched a lot of TV this winter.
Are you eating people?
It's gonna be my first question anytime something's been. Are you eating people?
Yeah.
Are you eating
I'm
people?
gonna take like a real bad shit, and Tyler's gonna walk in the bathroom like, "Oh,
Are you eating
are you
people?
fucking eating people, or what the fuck are you doing?"
It smells like a flesh shit.
Yeah,
I've never
yeah,
smelled
yeah.
shit this bad.
Right,
Are you
right.
eating people?
This is a flesh shit.
It's like protein farts. It's like that is different. That's
Dude.
different.
protein farts and protein shits are pretty fucking awful.
Yeah, dude.
God, I had black bean shit.
Let's go. Let's do this. Let's go to episode 10. Let's make sure we buckle through this.
Yeah.
If you still want to talk about your black bean shits at
I
episode
meant
11,
farts, actually, is what
if
I
you
meant.
still want to talk about your black bean
bean-
farts at episode 11,
Because I
we'll
didn't
cover
have
it.
the urge to shit at all, and it was just these hot farts all morning.
Man, all right. You know what? Let's fuck
4
episode
hours.
10. Let's skip episode 10. Let's talk about these farts. So I was actually farting today. And I was thinking.
Yeah.
I'm like, at what
Were
part?
we farting together?
No. I was like, dude,
Holding
like,
hands
I
while you're
don't
doing
have to- listen. I've got a very good cycle. I go in the morning. That's
Yeah.
it. I got like one shit a day. So I'm like, I'm sitting there farting all that. I'm like, when do they end? They're done now. But like,
Yeah.
at what point in the day was it like, that's my last one?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, what needs to work through me?
Right.
You know, it's kind of
Yeah.
like I wish I had like an MRI or something on my stomach just to see like the bubbles.
Can you like put a tracker on like
Yeah.
the last thing you ate?
Right. You know, it's fascinating.
Just like check the Fitbit. You're like,
That would be
okay,
cool.
Lower intestine. Word. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. It's ready to be shot out now. Okay.
Nice.
I'm gonna go take a shit.
There
Yeah.
we go.
Yeah.
That would be cool if like your Fitbit was like, you've got gas. It'll end in 4 hours. It's like, 4 hours.
4 hours. This is uncomfortable.
I got church and jujitsu. What the fuck?
Not good. Not good.
You know,
All
I seem to get gas at like the most like awful places, like
Oh,
the
yeah.
worst scenarios.
Yeah.
As in, for example, like I could be perfectly fine, and then like we'll go to like the movie or something like that, and I'll be sitting there like, God damn it, I gotta fart,
And you know it'll be loud.
and you know it'll be loud, or like you always have that thought like it doesn't matter how many people around
Yeah.
you feel like if you fart and people start smelling it, they're just gonna know it's
They'll
you.
know. Yeah. I don't care these days. Like if I fart and you smell it, like I wish I had this confidence when I was younger because I farted all the time. But now when I fart and someone smells it, I want them to be like, "What the fuck is that?" You know what I mean? And I'll be like, "That's me, bro." But
It's all me, baby.
You want to hear some fucked up shit? I came out here and I drank a couple weeks ago. I don't remember when exactly.
Yeah.
But you know, it's-
2 weeks ago.
I mean,
Was
no,
was it the
think
first
it was-
rendition of this or second rendition?
possibly.
Of this
It was
podcast?
like about a
About
month
2 weeks
ago.
ago. Oh,
But
okay.
I don't. Yeah, I think it might have been close to Halloween. I don't know exactly, but
Okay.
the next day I went to the movies, and I was in the middle of the movie, and I'm like, dude, I got some gas. So I'm, doing my thing. Get to the end of the fucking cycle, dude, and I'm like, I got a big one coming. So I go, and I'm like, whoa! That's a turd. So,
Yeah.
little. This is gross to fucking say, but I had a little drip, dude. I was like, fuck, man. I gotta get to the bathroom. And I know it's like just a little fucking, like this is the fucking underwear. It's just hanging. Like, fuck, dude. Like, did I really just shit my pants in the movie theaters? Yeah. So I go to the bathroom, dude. Shit my pants. I'm like, fuck, dude. So naturally, took the underwear off, threw them in the trash, and I just moved on with my day.
Free ball.
Yeah, dude.
Yep.
Just, finished off in the toilet and boogied.
So you was the one who farted real loud at the Halloween movie.
Oh my god, that was so
Quite possibly. All right, let's boogie. Let's boogie.
Hey,
Sorry.
let's boogie into some farts.
Yep. Walt's Beach. Walt resents Hank. Makes Walt Jr. drink. I'm just recapping. We talked about it. And then Skylar's having some feelings. It's sinking in finally what everyone's told Skylar all along. That this problem is not going to be resolved. It's just postponed. And it's just kind of like, I don't know. You like the little wins when Skylar's like, oh man, really? See, I hate this part.
What's that? What part?
Like anytime I start like going, and then you guys are like, "All right, we're both good." Like this happened on the last time we tried to do this. I just started like saying stuff, and I was like, "Oh, okay, cool." Like looking for feedback, and everybody's just like on the phone. It's like,
I mean, I'm still actively listening.
Yeah, sorry. I just needed to send
Like,
a quick
well,
text.
like so when you start talking, I listen because I know you're summarizing like the story, and then I'm waiting for you to finish summarizing so we can all input our comments.
Yeah.
when you're
Because-
on your phone, and then
Yeah,
and
I
then
can
like I
multitask.
finish my thing, and then like, well, I know, but your response is always
Well, I'm
like,
listening to a
Yeah.
well, your response is always like, okay. And I'm like, that was definitely more than like an okay thing. Like it was definitely like a.
I'm listening to a podcast in my AirPods. So, yeah, I just want
Yeah,
to.
just listen to a better podcast right
Yeah,
now.
Yeah, I'm watching a YouTube video right now. I mean,
Yeah, it's all about content.
It's about
you know what I mean. You
breaking.
say it's a crisis, and
It's a
I don't.
crisis,
I think
yeah.
there is plenty of content, buddy.
It's about
Yeah,
breaking.
I mean, I'm listening to Rogan
Really, it
right
should be
now.
called crisis or content abundance.
Content. Yeah. Okay. Content. Yeah.
Can I get a
Yeah.
cough drop, bro?
Have it.
Thank you.
Just drop. I was gonna say drop it in your drink and let it simmer.
Dude, it'll be like promethazine, bro. It'll be like fucking lean.
Dude, this guy at work was telling. So fucking stupid. This guy at work's like, hey, you like Mountain Dew? I was not present for this conversation.
Okay.
But the dude's like, oh, you're a drinker? He's like, try this. Get like 30 cherry cough drops. And put it in Mountain Dew and let the cherry cough drops dissolve.
Okay.
And the Mountain Dew.
And then what?
Vodka, I guess. It was just like, why? Why don't you just buy cherry vodka and Mountain Dew? Why are you
Or just
adding
Code
the
Red.
cough
Code
drops?
red.
Code Red,
Code
yeah.
red and vodka.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's just the fucking like I don't know. The dude's not all there for sure, but like
Was it
I
like?
got-
Was
I
it
got
like?
similar.
Was it like the actual like Hall's menthol?
yeah, that's what the dude was talking about. Yeah,
So it wasn't like the candy cough drops. It was the fucking medicated ones.
right. He's like, yeah.
When I was in
those dissolve in Mountain Dew. What the fuck are you talking about?
when I did a little time in the county, man, what the guys would do would
Good times.
they would take Jolly Ranchers, kind of like take a little bit of water and kind of melt them down into like a real thick juice, and then they would whenever like meds came around, they would tongue. I don't know what it was, but I think it was like a sleep aid, pretty much. They would tongue it, bring it back in, and like a bunch of guys would do it. So they would put all the pills in that juice and then they would mix it with more water, and they would call it lean, and they, like the piss, like the urine sample jars. They would put that in the fucking urine sample jars. They'd walk around and be like, "I got my lean," and they'd be sipping it for like 20 minutes. "I got my lean," sip, 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 and then they'd just pass out. I'm like, dude, you guys are really dumb.
I got my lead.
Yeah, and like, okay, you guys are leaning all right in your bunk asleep. It's like, okay.
They probably got the best sleep they ever got though.
Yeah, I mean, it seemed fun,
It seemed great.
It's-
Seemed great if you had a hard time falling asleep.
It's just funny to me that like, it definitely didn't get them high.
No,
was
it just made him probably drowsy.
it was like
The
melatonin,
The idea that they had some sort of altered state of mind
Right.
was like exciting to them.
right?
Meanwhile, it's not even getting them high. It's just making them drowsy. It's not even like we've all taken like either sleep medicine or like Benadryl, and like that feeling like when you're getting tired.
Yeah.
Like that's not high. That's just like your body's like, I'm gonna shut down, and whether you like it or not, I'm shutting down.
Yeah. That's different than like a
Then like a actual fucking drug high.
yeah,
where
like if
just
you're on like a pill or something and you're getting sleepy, it's like you're getting sleepy, but you're also like euphoric, right? If
Yeah,
you're on like
you're
a
like-
Vicodin or something like that, it's like whooshy. You're like,
Yeah.
I'm getting ready to go to sleep. You know,
well,
what I
like
mean?
you do that, you're just
versus
like,
like
oh,
a
I'm tired.
versus like a melatonin that's like, I might fall asleep at the wheel. Like,
I might be asleep right now. This might be a dream, and I'm probably dead.
I have melatonin nightmares.
Oh yeah.
Bad, dude. I can still remember I had a dude running after me with a knife. I was trying to fight him, but he kept stabbing me, and I'm trying to punch him, but not.
Like
you know,
your punches are the soft punches.
Yeah.
punches are
Those dream soft punches
Those
are the
dream
worst.
punches. Oh, I feel like
Oh,
such
those
a
fucking
bitch.
Piss me off so much.
Yeah, and he's got me naked, fucking stabbing me.
Yeah.
I mean, he doesn't have me naked. I'm naked.
He's like, I made
know what I
myself naked.
Stabbed all the clothes off of me.
He stabbed your shirt and just ripped off.
Yeah, that sounds sexy. All right,
So Breaking Bad.
Breaking Bad.
Yep.
So
This part 2 of season 2, take 5, is really taking a minute, but I like it.
episode
Yeah,
1.
it's good. It's good.
Tight.
Let's just start over. Yeah. All right. So Walt the next day, he's kind of regretting everything, and he's
Of
like,
course.
he's like, there are some deleted scenes there where he's like, he's hearing his doctor over again in the mirror talking about, we should be really optimistic, and it's like, he's just kind of like, fuck yourself. But anyhow, he goes in there. He's like, yeah, my fucking water heater sucks. Goes and buys a new water heater. Puts it in. Apologizes to his son. Then he's like, I got rot. You know, and then Skyler's like annoyed. He's working on the house later. It's like, fuck off.
Yeah, I'm just trying to be a man here.
Like you're mad about me fixing everything. Oh,
Well, it's like
about the water heater.
It's
Remember
just
when
gets
she cried to Hank that the water heater was broken.
Mm-hmm. But he's just doing damage control at that point, though. That's why
okay.
they're not really addressing the problem.
Right.
He's just doing damage control, and it's just another form of abuse. It's abusive gift giving. Because she's like, oh well, this is broken. It's like, oh, we're not going to really address the issue, but I'll get you a new water heater.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, are you happy with me yet? Because I'm doing yard work for you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not really a solution. It's just a Band-Aid.
Yeah.
Believe me, I've been through counseling, buddy.
Yeah. Don't put a Band-Aid on a gunshot wound.
Hey, exactly. You know, put a tourniquet on that bitch or amputate it.
All right. Skyler's getting interested in Ted. Like, really interested. He's walking
like dick
by.
and pussy.
Like
Interested.
Yeah, well, that doesn't happen yet, but, you know.
But she's interested.
She's interested. And he's walking by, and she knocks the jar of pens off her desk. She's like, oh, damn! He comes in and starts helping her get stuff up. And it is very much foreshadowing. I gotta believe it's very intentional that the next shot is Walt's at home. He's turning that last screw.
Oh, okay.
Like, I gotta think that those two things are very, very fucking related.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, I mean, I agree.
That's
Yeah,
just
no, I
funny
agree.
to me.
I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It literally goes from like, damn, and, you know, just they're picking shit up, and then it's like, yeah. So.
I like that. I didn't think about that.
Anyway. So, yeah, Dakota's not interested anymore.
He's got to take a piss.
He's like, fuck
I got to
you
take a
guys.
piss, too. The only reason I know he has to take a piss is I got to take a piss.
Oh, okay.
So I was going to say, I was going to say,
Yeah.
Tyler's just talking to himself.
Yeah. All right. So, yeah, and then we have Walt at the hardware store later. Well,
is it? Okay.
Albuquerque's version of a Home Depot?
Right.
Right. He's buying stuff. He sees that guy in there.
It's like,
Just
you want to
buying all
buy
the stuff.
That's the one I always see on fucking YouTube all the time. It's always in my shorts.
Yeah.
It's like, you want to buy the single pack, or don't buy the single pack, buy the individual matches.
Yeah.
He's like, and that's the wrong kind of blah, blah, blah.
It's the wrong kind of this. And this.
Yeah.
You gotta spread out. You can't just buy all this stuff in one place.
Yeah.
You
Buy
understand me?
piecemeal.
And then the guy's like,
He runs
just
out.
runs away.
Yeah. He puts the paint down, walks outside, and he sees him at their van.
Yeah.
He's like, that's the guy.
Walks right
And he
out.
walks right up and he's like,
Glaring.
glaring at him. And he's like, stay out of my territory.
Yep.
I remember that.
You hit it.
I haven't watched
Yeah.
this fucking show in probably 5 fucking years, dude.
Yeah.
But I still remember every single goddamn part of this show.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
crazy. That's how you know it had a really impactful footprint on my psyche. Not psyche, but my goddamn. If my brain was a catalog, this would be like the meat, the centerfold. Yeah. You know what I mean?
There you go.
I gotta take a piss.
All right.
I don't wash my hands because I don't piss on them.
Hey, I got a clean dick.
Okay.
That's not what that bump said.
All right.
Yeah, so like Walt has like
Episode
a wife.
11. R.I.P. combo.
That's what I'm talking about.
Killed by a kid.
Ain't that some goddamn shit? Fucking get. Could you imagine like you survive your whole life into your 20s or 30s, however the fuck old he is, and you get fucking iced by a goddamn 9-year-old?
Yeah.
I'm haunting everyone.
Yeah, for sure. And then Walt, in this episode elects for surgery to, because the tumor is down to operable size, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can go ahead and get surgery, but it's like $100,000. Skyler's like, the money's cut off. Like, how are we paying for the surgery? She's like, what, are you sure? He's just like, yeah, I got it. It's good. It's cool. And she's,
How?
okay.
Okay.
And it's kind of just like, I figured like Walt should try to make like an attempt to explain, maybe.
He's just like, nah.
He's like, no, it's cool, we're good. And she's, anyway. And then, so Jesse's drug use patterns were definitely not like Jesse's not a regular meth smoker. Like, he's not just like, starting the day.
He's a social mether.
Well, he's either social, like he can't
or he's a peer pressure.
He can't resist a peer pressure, right? So that's why he's kind of like in that social category of it. Or he uses it like if he's gonna go do something, right? Like anytime he's about to go do something in this show, he's
stressful.
Yeah.
So like a stress reliever.
Right. He's always like,
so like
let up some crystal. Gonna move the body. Let up some crystal. Go to kill some people.
So like how like some people before a stressful day they'll just fucking take a shot. A stressful event, just take back a shot.
Yeah.
Take the edge off. Except the edge is crystal.
I think so. Yeah. And he'll also use it when he's mourning. Instead of feeling his feelings, does crystal meth.
Feels the meth.
So Jesse's not. I mean, he's a drug addict, but like not your typical.
He's a good drug addict.
He's not like I need this fucking meth every fucking day. He's just like, I'm upset. I'm gonna have some meth. I'm about to go do something. I'm gonna have some meth.
Yeah.
My friends are like gonna leave if I don't do some meth.
Yeah, he's not a meth head. He's a meth addict.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's a difference. Like when I'm thinking of a crackhead versus a crack addict. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or I was thinking about myself.
I just find like he's like his meth is just his coping mechanism.
Yeah. So
Right?
I was
like
with
he doesn't need the meth like.
Yeah.
He's like he doesn't need it every single day.
I wasn't sucking dick for 8 balls.
Right.
But when I was having a hard time, I was sucking dick for 8 balls.
But like also you just kind of just sucking.
Nah,
dick.
I mean I wasn't. Yeah, I mean I wasn't.
I was just sucking dick.
Nah, I wasn't sucking dick, buddy. But
You sure?
maybe once. But
This is like the argument in like Always Sunny. It's like it's the gay AIDS. It's the gay AIDS. He's like, no, it's not the gay AIDS. Actually, I have a test and it says it's the gay AIDS.
no, but yeah, you're right.
Yep. And then this is that part where it's like, I said, fucking Skylar's a bitch. Just that, like, well, that's why I left 40 minutes early to avoid the traffic. Okay, Skylar, we know you're better than everybody.
Yeah.
Yep. So fuck her. And then, so Walt makes the connection with, there's a stupid Skylar happy birthday thing. Anyway, Walt knows he shouldn't trust Skylar with Ted. You can see that, like, when they're having that conversation. It's like, oh, I'm picking up the cake, and he's just kind of like, okay, well, see you later.
Wait, is this the part? That's this part?
Yeah, they leave the doctor appointment. She's picking up the cake. Goes back to work. Does a little happy birthday. Yeah.
Who should I think? Who was it recreated last time? Was
no one sing it?
Oh,
It'll take so fucking long.
Yeah, that's too much.
what?
The
That's too
wax
much.
is getting on the cake.
Yeah, that's funny. That's fine. Anyway, Walt makes a connection with Gus.
See, it could have been done by then.
Despite Jesse. No, it couldn't have. Makes a connection with Gus despite Jesse. Gus doesn't like drug addicts. Which is funny. Gus is like, can't trust a drug addict. Really, it's like, in the end,
You could trust Jesse, but not Walt.
you can trust Jesse, but not Walt.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'd like to point out in this episode when, and I can't remember if it was the first time Walt went to Los Polos. I can't fuck.
Poyos. Use a Y in there.
No. Or the second time.
Are you one of those fuck faces?
He
that's
just
gotta
like
say
just
gyro?
refuses to like actually pronounce Spanish near correctly.
Yeah.
No, it's more of.
And then he's
it's
like,
more of.
these fucking Trumpers.
Los
Like, dude,
Polos, Hermanos.
You sound like a Trumper when you say that.
It's more of.
Listen,
It's more of.
Los Polos Hermanos.
It's more of I'm retarded and can't pronounce certain things, and no matter how many times I try,
We
I butcher
gotta
it.
stop throwing that word around so freely.
It's okay. It really is okay.
Anyways, I can't remember if it was the first time or second time. I think it was the second time. But he had went up to the counter to get a refill, and it was Gus who refilled. He's like, "Yo, can I get a Dr. Pepper or a Diet Coke?"
Yeah.
And, he's like, of course. And he goes over to the pop machine and he fills it up. But, like, there's no stickers on the fucking pop machine whatsoever.
Yeah.
And obviously I know why, but, like, at the same time, it's like, do you just remember where Diet Coke is at?
No, it's the second from the right.
Like,
I mean, what's the first one?
Yeah.
he just went up and said, but he
Diet
didn't hit the
Coke.
second from the right. He hit, like, in the middle.
Oh, that's psycho.
He hit, like, in the middle.
There's no way.
I just noticed that. I was
It goes
like,
Coke, Diet Coke, Sprite, Dr. Pepper, and then, like, the rest of the bullshit.
because, like,
Whatever alternates they have
Yeah.
at that restaurant. Maybe it's Powerade, maybe it's High C.
I just remember, like,
I've-
looking. He grabbed the cup and he went over and said,
There was some vitamin water at this joint the other day. I was like,
Might be some
word.
yellow.
I think vitamin water is Pepsi anyway, so you
Maybe.
might be.
Yeah, I just go for the tea options whenever I'm at a restaurant.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, okay, sweet tea. Okay, whatever's in the fucking cascading thing.
Yeah.
Could be lemonade tea, fucking, if I go to Chipotle, it's like hibiscus booty tea, you know what I mean? It's like, oh, wow, is this good for me? 155,000 calories, I'll
Is
take
this
it.
eucalyptus?
Yeah, eucalyptus butter coming out of that? What the fuck?
Yeah. So in this episode, I said Skylar may not approve of breaking the law, but sure is attracted to the men who do it. Because Ted's books are all askew and... Yep. Whoops. Hit that lever, man. I hit that goddamn lever.
That's why I asked if you wanted to just switch chairs, man.
That's why.
He's moving around. He's
I'm a
bouncing.
mover. Well,
He's
see,
bouncing.
I'd be so uncomfortable there. Just because I can't. I wouldn't
He's
be able to move.
like, I would be so uncomfortable, so I'm going to make
It's how
you
a fucking
uncomfortable.
beanbag chair.
We should get a
I
bunch of
just- I
beanbag
move.
chairs. There we
Well,
go.
You know.
That'd be pleasurable. That'd be very
Pleasurable.
pleasurable to hear on the fucking mic.
Yeah. Would you find it pleasurable? Pleasurable.
Pleasureful. There's not a lot of things in my life that are very pleasureful, Tyler. A lot of pleasurable things, but not pleasureful.
Oh yeah, you can be.
So nothing full of pleasure.
Ooh, man, that one smelled like chili. You know what's coming next, right?
Yeah.
The wings. All right, let's get this goddamn season over with.
But you had the chili last.
I know. That chili was
So it's
decent.
the first to come back.
Oh.
That chili was decent. It was
Yeah,
all
it was
right.
alright.
It was
Yeah.
okay.
So Walt's business is officially now more important than his family. Misses the birth of his child to do the business deal. To
Yeah.
go make the deal with Gus.
Yeah.
I mean, you can say it was Jesse's fault. He certainly blames Jesse.
I blame Jesse.
Because he's all whacked out on heroin.
Jesse!
Yeah.
Jesse!
Yeah.
But
Oh, this is...
in the end, he did choose that over. seeing
Is
his
this
daughter
when Jane does?
No.
be- Next episode.
Okay.
Yeah. But she has officially introduced him to heroin. And he's all whacked out on heroin. He's like,
Yeah.
where's the product? I need the product. He has to like splash water on his face and smack him. Yeah.
He just whacked out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Man, he's going... There's a good high.
Yeah.
Don't mess that up.
Right. And I just love the thought of like him waking up and like he kind of showed it, but he was more like, fuck, the meth's gone. But like,
Yeah.
I would just love the thought of like the sober guy waking up of just like, the fuck happened to my kitchen? Because like everything's everywhere.
Sounds
the,
like...
the garbage cans on the ground. Like
Sounds
everything.
like a... Who made Clerks?
Kevin Smith.
Sounds like a Kevin Smith thing. Like,
Yeah.
what the fuck happened to my kitchen? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It sounds
yeah.
like a Jersey problem. It's
Right.
like, and it's snowing out. Bah!
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Talking
then-
a Jersey accent the rest of the podcast.
Talking a fucking Jersey accent for
Yeah.
the rest of the goddamn podcast.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can do that.
I like it.
Sounds like a good start. All right.
Doing great.
Episode 12. Somebody
Let
broke
me
in.
get a sip of water.
Somebody broke in. Okay. So Jane says to Jesse. They're all fucking high. And she's like looking around. Somebody broke in. Jesse's like, okay. Gets up.
Somebody broke in.
He's like, what the fuck's going on?
I don't think I can do it, man.
You need to go live there for a little bit.
Huh?
You need to go
I
live
know.
there.
I need to go back to Jersey. For
Yeah,
a
you need to
little
go
bit.
back there for a little bit.
I don't think I got it. In
Go
me
back to
anymore.
where you came from.
Wow.
That kind of hurt, man. That hurt deep.
Goddamn Guidos.
in their
That-
progression. Right?
Man.
So
That's like the one thing you're allowed to be kind of like. That's like the one racial slur that like everyone kind of lets slide.
yeah, no one gives
You know,
a fuck
no one
if you're
gives about,
racist
like,
to Italians.
Yeah, no one gives a fuck.
Yeah. So, Jesse has slowly kind of stood up to Walt through our series so far. And he's still standing up to Walt here, but I think he's kind of wrong. Obviously, drug addicts are usually wrong because he's like legit hooked on heroin now. Right? And then, I don't know, was Walt right to like say, hey, you got to be clean before I give you this money? Or is it just like, hey, as your business partner, here and his share, even if you had to go do the business deal
Well,
yourself?
I don't think any of
Was it
their
responsible of Walt, or was that a power move by Walt?
power move because
move.
he is no longer Jesse's master. Jane and heroin are the new master of Jesse.
Right.
So where Walt was, heroin and Jane are the new masters of
Right.
Jesse because he's like we talked about on our second try at this goddamn show in the poster. Walt's bigger than Jesse
Yeah.
because Jesse's the underling, he's the student, he's the
pawn.
disciple, the pawn. The pawn is an important piece. If anything, you could say the pawn is more important than the king.
Certainly does more footwork.
Definitely does more footwork, can take more pieces. But at the end of the day,
Well, maybe he's like a knight.
I mean, we'll just use
Because the pawn.
you haven't played a lot of chess, have you?
The pawn can only take diagonally.
You don't play
The pawns can do the
I'll
least.
fuck you up with a pawn. The
I'm
entire
sure
game.
You can't. Okay, great.
Listen, I'll take a pawn and stab you in the fucking face, buddy. No.
There it is.
I'll take a pawn and put it through your fucking ear canal, guy.
Oh, okay.
There it is.
All right? Listen, I don't go down the fucking shore to fucking see blood washing up, and me and Tony Soprano are sitting there on the fucking boardwalk looking at you, and I'm saying, Joe Pesci.
I'm saying Joe Pesci. Joe Pesci.
Yes.
Joe Pesci. I don't know why I'm
Listen,
saying
I
it.
don't go
I
to
don't
fucking-
know why I'm saying it.
I don't go to Dr. Malfoy, and I don't talk about my fucking problems.
Abracadabra.
Abracadabra, right? Okay? Alakazam, bitch. All right? What was
What's the topic?
Listen, all right. What was the strip club called?
Bada bing.
Bada bing, bada boom.
Bada bing.
Bada bing, bada boom. Okay.
Yeah.
You said you want me talking a Jersey accent. I'll fucking stab you in the face with a Jersey accent, huh?
Bada bing is actually a reference to The Godfather.
Oh well, bada bing is me. What I'm gonna do to your fucking face,
Oh.
huh? Yeah, I'm gonna crash a car while I'm addicted to heroin.
Nice.
Who am I? I'm your goddamn worst nightmare, the Grim Reaper.
Yeah.
I can't do
Is
it.
that
I ain't
Joe?
got it. No, I ain't got it. Yeah,
Is that Joe?
I can't do it anymore.
Joe Pesci. Joe Pesci. Why am I saying it? I don't know.
Wada.
Jersey warm-ups.
Wada.
Joe Pesci. Joe Pesci.
This sounds like the vocal workouts they did before they started recording Jersey Shore.
Wada.
What a bada bing.
Bada bing.
The bada bing.
Wada.
I'm
Wada.
going to the bada bing.
Carmela. Dr. Melfi.
Anthony.
So what? No fucking ZD?
Ma.
Down the shore. There we go. All right. Ohio State Buckeyes.
Paulie. Hey, Sil. Anyway, all right.
There we go.
Ball.
Anyway, but, let me finish my point though. I think Jesse just needs a leader. Jesse needs a leader.
He does.
You know what I mean? And that's the whole point with Gus later in the series. Walt is somebody he looks up to, almost idolizes. Heroin idolizes because it's heroin.
I mean, yeah.
Gus idolizes. Mike idolizes. Those are all his mentors, heroes, idols, whatever you want to fucking call it. Okay, Dr. Melfi, Joe Pesci, Twinkie. Let's move on. Okay.
There you go. All right. So they're always looking. Saul and Walt are looking for a new way to, launder the money.
Yeah, they're trying to
Can't
do the
really
tango.
figure
They
out,
do
'cause
the
they
tango.
have the sudden influx of cash, right?
Sure.
And Walter Jr. started the website, SaveWaltWhite.com.
What a moke.
They decide to launder it through the website. Just a good quote.
What's the sorry, my bad. What do Italians call non-Italians? What do they call that? What is that?
Yeah, no, I know it.
You know what I'm talking about,
I
right?
know. I just can't remember.
That's such a good look it up for me, Dakota.
What was it?
What do Italians call non-Italians? And then type Sopranos at the end of that because you'll hear.
Yeah, probably,
yeah, definitely I've heard Tony.
Probably helps.
Yeah. I think it starts with a. I think it starts with a G. I keep wanting to say Goomba, but I know that's not it.
Yeah, Goomba is something.
I think Goomba is like
I know
slang for
I know
Italians.
Goomba.
I think that might be
That's
it.
your whore.
Oh yeah, you Goomba.
Oh yeah, having the Goomba helps.
You know my you know what's fucking hilarious? My mom has no accent at all. She sounds like a valley girl.
Yeah.
But she'll say like what's the word for dig in Italian? She said what the fuck? I forget the word, but she'll be like muncha.
Is it Madigan?
All right, let's move on.
Let's
We're not gonna find it.
he's like, look, he's gonna be like, is it Paulo? Is it Paulo?
He's like, I got words. Is it Paulie? Is it Ugats?
There it comes out.
Click on the first.
Click on one of the questions.
Click on the first question.
It literally came up with the same exact thing.
Madigan? I don't know. Madigan.
Hey,
That sounds like
Madigan?
American.
Yeah.
Madigan.
Yeah. All right.
I can see
Anyway,
it.
all right. So anyway,
That's
these
fine.
Madigans, huh? Down the shore, fucking blood rolling up, gonna poke you in the
Joe
fucking
Pesci.
eye, Joe Pesci.
Joe Pesci.
Yeah. All right. So, junkies.
I love
Gotta
him.
love him.
Love him.
Like, it's not even a full $500,000. They blackmail Walt into getting the money, into getting Jesse's money.
What is a
And
finesse?
it's like, what do you... It's not even a full $500,000. They're like, we're going to travel the world. We're going to do this. I was like, I know it's 08. But, like, how far is, like, a $500,000 really getting you?
I mean, 500K will get you around the world for sure.
Around the whole world?
Yeah. Hell yeah. You get around the world for like 10K on a plane.
I don't know.
You don't think so? I mean, think about what's a flight to Europe? $1,000 bucks.
I don't know.
I mean, in 08, $1,000 bucks.
In 08.
I'm thinking $1,000 bucks.
Okay.
Europe to Africa, $1,000 bucks. Europe or Asia, or I'm sorry,
1,000 paninis.
Africa, Middle East, or Africa to like fucking Turkey, $3K.
Right.
Turkey to Russia, $4K. Russia to China, I will say $5K. Now you're at 9.
Now you're thinking, like, lodging.
Well, hey, we're not talking about. They're crack. They're
Lodging,
fucking
eating.
heroin addicts. They're sleeping in the
Right.
fucking airports.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They got
Sleep on
400.
whatever street they can.
Yeah, I mean, we'll say 10 to 15K gets them around the world. You know what I mean? But to actually like see the world, yeah, they'll run out of but they'll get to Amsterdam and run out of that money in a week.
Oh, no, but they're not going to put this money in their veins, remember?
Oh yeah,
That's
yeah,
what
yeah,
they
yeah,
say.
yeah, yeah.
And then they're like, yeah, we're going to flush what we have. And they go in the bedroom and they're like, I don't know, it's a lot of junk.
I'm saying get around
one
that
more time.
junk. I could see Tyler addicted to heroin. God, he'd be like, this is Tyler on content, Chris. And what the fuck was I talking about again?
Oh, yeah.
yeah. That's good.
That's 2 ASMR for this spot I put.
Let's wrap this fucking bitch up, huh?
Let's wrap this
Let's wrap this
motherfucker
bitch up.
All right, so
Woo!
Walt goes to the bar after giving Jesse and Jane the money.
Yeah.
He tells Jesse, good job wearing the pants.
Nice.
He's sitting at the bar, and it's funny how... it's not funny, it's kind of fucked up. But
That's funny.
the dad, Jane's dad, is at the same bar, of course.
Mm-hmm.
And he basically kills his daughter. Because Walt was not going to go back to the house. Right, and talk to Jesse. He was just like, what the fuck? You know? And then the dad's talking to Walt, and he's like, yeah, can't give up on family, right? That's all you got. And for whatever reason, that resonates with Walt. Walt goes back to the house. And of course, the door's not fixed yet because they're junkies. And he just opens the door. He goes in there. He's trying to talk to Jesse, but they're fucking whacked out on heroin again. You know, he's like, Jesse! He's like shaking him. Jane's on Jesse. Jane gets rolled over onto her back.
Oh.
He's sitting there. He's looking at the heroin. He's touching stuff. He's like, what the fuck? Just kind of sitting there. And then Jane, you know, she's sitting there throwing up and all that.
Yeah.
Right?
Pretty kind of traumatic scene.
Yeah, we don't need to act it out or anything. Unless Mickey Mouse was here.
And then, yeah, Walt runs around the bed. And then he just watches.
He was like, never mind.
Imagine it like that. Like, what's the...
Like,
Yeah.
Just there, like,
Yeah. Yeah. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Stupid junkie bitch. I think this is where, I mean, I know we've discussed like the whole, you know, the Bogdan thing, right? That we see again in season 5,
Mm-hmm.
right? But I don't know. I mean, I understand what you're saying. Like that's the psychopath moment where he's like practicing, how he's saying like Bogdan's on my ass, Bogdan's on my ass. You know that whole
Yeah.
thing. But I don't, until he like consciously. I mean, to me, this is like the psycho moment, where he just like he can save Jane, like no problem saving Jane, but
Yeah, I agree.
like it wouldn't have been anything for him to just go like, psh. But because he knows that's like she's she's the thing in Jesse's life now. She's making Walt's life hard.
Right.
Well, especially
Well,
especially
sorry,
add
go
into the fact that she threatened to go to the police.
Right.
Like now he's also kind of like,
Yeah. Even though it's this this is the happiest Jesse's been
yeah.
since we've known him.
Yeah,
In
you're
the
right.
Short time we've known
You're
him.
right. It's psycho.
Like this is and then Walt's just like,
Because if he saves Jane, then he's got your blackmail means nothing. I saved your fucking life.
yeah,
You know what I mean? If anything, it grows their bond stronger.
right.
But he doesn't want that.
Yeah.
My point, in,
Wants her out of the picture.
even though it's season 5, my point is that Bogdan's up my butt. Oh no, Bogdan's got that's first season.
No, I know.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is like I know that technically that makes it before
Right.
this, but to me that's that moment. 'Cause,
Breaking
like,
point almost.
Yeah, because that's like the friendly fire. Like you kill a drug dealer, like who's going to kill you.
Fine.
You know,
Smash some dude's head. Fine.
right. To me, that's just like that's an enemy. But then now you're killing your friend's.
You're pretty much
person he
son.
cares about.
I would
It's
say
friendly
almost like
fire.
your son.
Your son's like girlfriend,
Right.
right? Because she makes things hard for you.
Yeah.
So to me, that's the moment.
What's the Malcolm in the Middle theme song again?
life is unfair.
There you go.
Right.
But I mean, both are relevant.
Hey, it's full circle.
There you go.
Yep. Yeah. So episode 13,
Yeah.
Mike's first appearance, comes in, helps Jesse out, gets his story straight. You know.
Smacks him around a little bit.
You know. I woke up, I found her. That's all I know. I woke up, I found her. That's all I know. You know. I woke up, I found her. That's all I know.
I woke up, I found her. That's all I know.
I don't think that's the story, Goof.
Gorsh?
Goof.
Gorsh?
Goof was not talking in the third person. I don't think that's the story, Mick. I can't get my Goofy going. My pitches aren't right.
Ooh, I woke up. I found her. That's all I know. I woke up, I found her. That's all I know. One more time. I woke up. I found her. That's all I know.
Yeah.
All right, I woke up, I found her. That's all I know. That's better.
I think we need to find someone who can like draw and animate and just make a little short of the scene just with fucking Goofy and
Goofy
Mickey.
walks in like, gosh, it's a goddamn mess in here.
Fucking druggies.
I'm going to throw this all in the trash.
Walt's life just gets better and better, and he can sit and just ruins Jesse's.
I mean, you got to take someone down just to bring yourself up. I mean, that's just a way of life.
Right.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of the if we're wrapping this up into a nice little bow. I think with season 2, really the big kind of overarching theme is that Walt catastrophizes everything around him. Walt ruins lives to better himself and will destroy everything in his path to glory.
And yet we still love him for some reason.
No, I don't think we love him. I think it's more of like we want to just
still rooting for him.
We're rooting for him.
You want him to win.
I don't.
You shouldn't want him to win.
No, but yeah, you want to.
But you do.
You want to see what happens.
Yeah.
How far can he take this?
It's like, yeah, I mean, it's the anti-hero.
Well, let's wrap this
thing.
up before we go into our final thoughts. Sorry, we're kind of getting into final thoughts a little bit. Let's wrap up exactly what happens.
All right, so Aaron Paul is really good. He like totally breaks down crying in the little crack house they find him in. First time, I think the audience might be mad at Walt, but upon the first watch, I don't really think you are. You know, because Walt's like trying to fix it. You know, he's like, okay, I gotta get Jesse in rehab. Like, you know, it's his like little gesture, but he's like, oh, I'm trying to fix it. Like, I'm gonna make it better. It's fine. It's cool.
Right.
It's all right. You know.
Yeah. It's not till later that you realize what really truly Walt has done.
Wasn't a little fun fact that they actually shot that in an actual, like, basically a crack house?
Not a crack house, but like it was just a rundown house in Albuquerque.
Might as well have been a crack house.
Well, yeah, but there wasn't a bunch of crackheads in it. It was completely abandoned. Nobody.
Vince Gilligan walks in there like, goddamn, I don't have to cast a single person for this shit.
Yeah, it's like, Brian, go on in there. Jesse, go lay down in there. It's like
fucking free labor. I like this.
Aaron Paul's like, okay.
Like, what's funny is like interviews with Aaron Paul, like talks about how like he never like cussed that much when he was a kid, so this role was very like different for him, like having to force cussing.
Yeah.
He was a very like, I don't know, like a goody kid. I just imagine like a goody Aaron Paul to walk into a crack house like.
I mean, you can kind of tell when you do watch or just listen to him in interviews, like on the commentaries, like you listen to Aaron Paul, and like you expect to hate Anna Gunn, but she's actually like really nice and really cool when you listen to the commentaries. Like, okay.
She won an award for Best Supporting Actress, I'm pretty sure.
She should have.
She did, I'm pretty sure.
No, yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I mean, well deserved.
Well, she did.
That's more.
Yeah, she did a great job to make us hate her.
Well deserved is more what I meant there.
She did a great job to make us hate her.
To
the very end.
Yeah. And then the painkillers makes Walt goof, right? Reignites Skylar's suspicions. You know, she says, "Did you bring your cell phone?" He goes, "Which one?" She's like, "Oh, I got him now. And then that
I was high on crack. What do you mean, 2 cell phones?
Right. So she waits until he can kind of get around by himself. And then she's like, okay, I'm leaving you. And it's just funny, that final argument, before she leaves. It's a really good scene. It's a really, really great scene. And it's just hilarious to watch her go go through the whole thing. And she's like, I know you're not cheating on me. Like, that's what I asked Gretchen. Da-da-da-da. Like, goes through the whole thing. That's what I thought, too. And then, oh, you didn't even go visit your mom. And so basically she's like, then I checked the balance. And we're all paid up except for the $100,000 for the surgery. So where'd all the money come from? And it's just funny. It's like, so that's the thing you got stuck on. It's like, financially, we're fine. What the hell?
What's with all this financial stability?
And another thing.
That's the thing that stuck out to me. Was just like, so you're mad? You're okay? Like, you're like, we should be in such terrible shape right now. She's like, what the fuck? Yeah. So they leave. They being Skylar and the baby, and Walter Jr. is gonna go straight to Hank's house, and he's sitting out back, just looking down, You know, when you just go outside and you just look at the ground. And then the airplanes collide above. The bear falls in the pool. We're at the end of the season. And my comment was, which is funny why you said that, Walt leaves a path of death and despair in his wake, and this is only the beginning.
Yes, he does. This is his. He doesn't even need to fucking pull the trigger. It's just by his simple little manipulations and his shitcockery. I've had a couple of drinks, so my English is not that good. His shitcockery is really messing people up, man.
So, and to kind of cover, because I don't think we covered it. I might have missed it. I might have zoned out at the time.
Very possible.
Very possible.
Likely, honestly.
Likely. So, Jane's dad, you find out, is a
airport controller.
Yeah, he's an air traffic controller.
Air traffic controller, yeah.
So when he comes back to work, he's kind of all right. But then as he starts calling out call signs for different flights, he gets stuck on the Jane call sign, and then he just literally just keeps zoning out on that, and that's what causes the two planes to crash together. It's not just randomly two planes crash together. Mm-hmm. It's a direct effect from Jane overdosing because Walt let her overdose.
It's like a butterfly effect.
Because he told Walt to gotta take care of family, and so
Yep.
Wow.
Goddamn terrorists.
Great fucking season.
Great season.
It was a good
Great season. It's pretty boring in the beginning.
It was a great season.
The fugue state, the fucking this, the that. But we're just rolling in. We're snowballing.
It opens up with a bang because you got to conclude the Tuco stuff.
You do.
Right?
You do.
And then, it gets slow because you're like, okay, fugue state.
It's necessary, though.
Hospital. Yeah, you got to catch up. And then middle of the season, you're like, oh, okay, here's this lawyer that's going to be Tom Hagen to his Vito Corleone, right? And then, you're like, okay.
This is making sense.
What's going on here?
Okay.
Combo's dead.
All right. Heroin.
Kid killed him.
Heyo.
Heroin's fun.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Air traffic controller.
Uh-oh. Jane.
What's up? Jane's dead.
Tom Pesci. Joe Pesci. Tom Pesci. Joe Pesci.
Yeah. Joe Petty. Tom Pesci.
Spooge.
Joe Petty. Tom Pesci.
Can't forget Spooge.
Hey, can't forget Spooge. Done for.
ATM machine.
Dakota, you got any final thoughts on Breaking Bad Take 4 Season 2 Part 2?
This season was so good that I would do a take number 7.
Well, we're not doing it.
Tyler, no, fucking, you got any final thoughts, guy?
No,
not asking you again, all right? I'm going to go down the shore, fucking dig a goddamn hole in the sand and put you in it, all right? You got any final fucking thoughts?
Promise? Okay. I think this is a good season that really shows basically the switch between... That really shows a good defined switch between Walter White and Heisenberg.
Mm. Mm-hmm. Do you think the defining moment is in season 2 though? Do you think there's a defining moment where the switch happens in season 2?
I think it's a gradual switch. I don't think it's just like suddenly he's Heisenberg, sure. But it's just things that he does where it's just like less and less regard for just the right thing to do. Like letting Jane.
It's a huge step. Right?
Yeah.
In the Heisenberg.
Especially like the Jane thing was, in my opinion, was a huge step right there because it's like, he could have every intention to save this girl, but he was like, it's gonna better benefit me if she just dies.
Right.
And fuck Jesse.
And it's the realization of, my life if I'm not dealing drugs is boring.
Yeah, I don't want to be a teacher.
There's this in between time, where he's not.
I want my son to like me and not like Hank.
There's this time where he's not cooking and doing, the drug stuff, and so he just throws himself into home projects. I'm gonna do a water heater. Oh, we got rot. I'm replacing floorboards.
Well, what am I gonna do?
And then he goes to the hardware store and he's like, you know what? Stay out of my territory.
Yeah.
He's like, fucking drug kingpin shit is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
I'm
unfuckwithable.
Unfuckwittable.
He fucking when when he told that fucking druggie in the hardware store, he's like, no, you're getting the wrong stuff. You need to get this. And his druggie's like, oh, what the fuck?
Yeah.
You were in the bathroom. We already did it to
Yeah.
a T.
That's fine. I wanted to repeat it.
Stay out of my territory.
Listen, actually, that's perfect. Stay out of our territory. Tyler, do you have any final thoughts
Fine,
on
I'll just-
season 2,
I'll just-
take 5,
I'll just
part
go home after this
2, third
podcast.
take?
It is that Walt leaves a path of death and despair in his wake.
He does.
And Walt is all about him. And Jesse is about just life, like good, you know? He wants the best for everybody. And Walt, it's funny, the parallels between the worlds, right? Where it's like, you know, Jesse went down the wrong path, but he's actually a better person than Walt.
Right.
You know, like Walt thinks he's a good person because he's like, I got a family.
He went the textbook, right?
Right.
Yeah.
I got a family. I got a family.
I've got
I
a
have
job.
family. I have a job.
I have
I'm
cancer.
a teacher. I have a cancer. Yeah. And so it's really being laid out. Where in the beginning, in the first season, you're like, well, Walt is the better guy. What are you talking about? Jesse, this fucking criminal? You know, Walt's just in this for his family.
Goddamn thug.
He's just in this for his family.
Right. And now it's like,
I mean, he's got cancer. What's he supposed to do? And now the further it goes, it's like, oh, Walt's an egomaniac. And
well, yeah, now you're like, well, he's got cancer. Okay, guys, everyone relax. He's got cancer
Yeah,
still.
yeah.
Okay, so.
I remember like first watching the show, and it's like you know, you're like, oh well, yeah, but I mean, cancer.
Yeah, like
You
you
know?
don't really. It's
You don't
not
think
until
twice about
you don't really
it
don't
until you
no.
watch it again, and you
Until
go,
the
this
end.
guy's not a good guy.
I mean, even up until the end, you know, it's like, oh well, he's got cancer. You know, it's like guys, cancer. So,
Cancer, guys. Come on.
so-
what about you? You got
Yeah.
final
man?
thoughts?
In Jersey.
You know, if I, you know, listen, I'll tell you a story. All right, so my mother, we used to live in New York City. We would go to New Jersey every couple of weeks, right, to get some groceries, get a salami sandwich. So we were
Satry House.
One day we were down the shore. I was eating a marinara sandwich.
Did you get it from Satry House?
That's Rial's.
Okay.
And this guy named Walter came up to me. He said, "Hey, you want to buy some methamphetamine?" I said, "Nah, I only do cocaine." So I'm smoking a cigarette. I had a little bit too much to drink. I said, "Hey, you got any coke?" He said, "I got meth." You know, let's go. Bada bing, bada boom. Did a little coke. Did a little meth. Speeding balls. Boom. Airplane goes down above me. I'm like, whoa, what the fuck's going on here? Catch a teddy bear eyeball. End of story. Pretty good movie.
I'd watch it again.
I'd
watch it again.
Yeah,
I'd watch it again.
That's not too bad, huh? No, final thoughts, though. Yeah, man. I mean, I don't think he really has that pivotal moment where he becomes Heisenberg until really season 3 because I'm a textbook Andy. And, like,
Absolutely.
I think that moment is really, like, when he loses everything. Which, you know, we'll talk about season 3 at a later date.
Spoiler.
But it is a big step.
You know what I'm talking
He
about.
has taken a big step
Yeah,
here.
I mean, he's definitely taken a step into that direction, but I think those moments where he's sitting there like, oh, the rot, oh, the fucking this, oh, the that, oh, the fucking, you know, there's still a lot of moments where he's Walter White,
Yeah.
you know? But I think in season 3 is when he makes that big jump into just Heisenberg.
Yep.
When he's just, there's no Walt left. Any part of Walt is dead, and when he looks like Walt, that's just a lie. Right now, he's lying because he, like, deep down, he's Heisenberg, right? But he still has a little Walt in him, right? I think when he, you know, in season 3, when he's fucking shimmying that plant over to Ted Benicke's fucking window, when he's like, I'm gonna fucking throw it, he's trying to pick it up, but he's not strong enough. That's Walter White, right? But when he shoots, or when he fucking has the goons come in and beat the fuck out of Ted Benicke, or, you know what I mean? And he falls down the fucking steps and Ted Benicke breaks his neck. That's Heisenberg, right? So I don't think we're going to get to that point until next season. But I do think that every action has an equal and opposite reaction, just like in the state of, just like chemistry. And I think that's kind of the big point of this show, is that, you know, everything that Walt does now has an effect later on the bigger picture. So, do you want to rate it? I don't really think we should even rate this because I think this is kind of
I
timeless.
think we'll rate as a series.
Yeah, I think
maybe.
it's timeless, honestly.
But honestly,
because
I think the rating will just be it's the best show that's ever been on television.
Facts.
I mean,
for me, it's like there's.
does
a
HBO
tie.
count as television?
Yeah.
Because you know what I'm going to pick as the number one show, right?
Because to me,
It's obviously The Sopranos.
It's very hard for me to say which that is because like for me it is a straight tie between this and Sopranos.
Yeah, I mean, I need to watch
good.
Sopranos again because I spent most of that either like Netflix and chilling or playing video games and watching it. So like I've listened to it all.
I think that sounds impossible.
What do you mean?
Being a HBO show that you were Netflix and chilling while Sopranos was
I was
on. I'm
HBO
sorry,
and
I'm being a
maxing.
cunt.
I was
Use
max.
HBO
I was
and
maxing, relaxing, and HBO maxing. Okay,
Yeah, okay.
Macking, relaxing, and HBO maxing. So,
There you go.
But yeah, I mean this. I've not watched this show in at least 5 fucking years, and I remember every single episode.
You're watching season 3, right?
Oh yeah, I mean, of course, Tyler
I mean-
needs to have some notes. Yeah, yeah. I mean, as long as Tyler's got like some notes, I'm gonna
Are you
remember
being
this.
sarcastic?
No,
Are you
I swear to
telling me
God.
I shouldn't have notes.
No, have
Are
notes.
you critiquing my notes?
No.
I'll burn this
No,
right now.
no,
Dude.
notes.
Jesus, man, everything's on attack, man. Get a little drunk, would you? But no, as long as Tyler's
Get a
got
little
some.
drunk so you stop being so boring.
Yeah, right. As long as Tyler's got some notes to kind of walk us through everything, I think we'll be okay. So, Dakota, where can they find us, man?
Shit on the web if you Google.
God damn it! All right, so do we have a Facebook? We don't have a Facebook, do we?
We got a Pornhub account.
Y'all, yins, yee, my people.
You gotta do it, Mickey Mouse. Mickey Mouse jersey. Oh, that's a challenging one. Mickey Mouse jersey. Oh.
Oh wow.
Oh.
So I'm walking down the shore. No, I can't do that. I can't do that. All right. You can find us. First things first, if you have any comments, questions, concerns, if you just want to let us know, if you like us, dislike us, right in the middle, you can email us at contentcrisishotline@yahoo.com. You can find us on Twitter? Oh, you can find us on Twitter at Content Crisis. Content Crisis 1. You can find us on YouTube at Content Crisis.
Yep.
Correct? Yeah, you can find us on YouTube at Content Crisis. Is that it? We don't have Facebook, Instagram, TikTok.
There's an Instagram.
We got an
There's not a lot
Instagram.
on
Just
there currently.
fucking, if you follow it, we'll post it. Okay. And then
And
don't
listen to
forget
us on Spotify,
Apple
Podcasts, whatever,
anywhere you can find podcasts.
Yep.
So don't forget to drink Celsius. Live fit. That's a joke. Hopefully.
Thank you much.
Thank you very
Heyo.
much.